really think you have a chance against us, Mr. Cowboy?
Hey, motherfucker, what you like to do?
Oh, I don't know. Play chess. Screw.
Well, let's play chess.
They give off to Jonathan Taylor. Jump cutting his way close to the goal line. He's in there. Touchdown. I-N-D-Y. Jonathan Taylor.
Wheeler finds Quan from the logo.
Here's Halliburton into the front court. Mishandled it, but gets a shot. Hits it. Hits it.
John, I have never been better to be on the air with you here in Indianapolis, a place where so many of my dreams have come true.
The Ride with JMV on 93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
Oh, man, day 2 of what is back-to-back-to-back road shows this week, and I love that. I do, before I tell you where we are and how you need to get down here, and I need to get down here, Stat needs you in front of us, like Alex from the shop in Broad Ripple and in Carmel, and Matthew is here waiting on Jake to end his show and come down here and hang out for a little bit. So I'm waiting on Jake to come down here so I can go ahead and put everything I have on his tab a little bit later on, too. So we are waiting on Jake to get down here, but I did want to give a shout-out yesterday to everybody that came out. And those, both Kelly and Steve and both Matties from Pickle on Pen, I had such an outstanding day. And I believe this to be true. I believe if I were to give a week of pickleball a go, that I could be a serious ass whipper right there. I don't think it took very long for me to get involved. Now, I think I would be better at singles than I would doubles, because the one thing that kind of got to me, that was the first time I ever played yesterday. And if you've seen the video, you can kind of tell that I have played tennis before. I didn't play like Greg Rakestraw did in college at UND, but I could play. I could play a little bit, good hand-eye coordination. The eye part's kind of suffering right now because I need new vision. But still, I knew a little bit of something about tennis. I knew how to put topspin and spin on the ball, and it was a great time. So thank you to Steve and to Kelly and to everybody at Pickle on Pen. If you missed the event yesterday, once you go in there, please tell them thank you from me. And if you're thinking about pickleball, the Pickleball Country Club, if you will, is Pickle on Pen up in Carmel. It was a great time. And the other thing that I noticed, and this is what I do when I go, because I've been with Brent Halverson so long now, it's just kind of a rite of passage for me. I go, wherever I go, I stare at the bar to see if there are Heaven Hill Distillery products in stock in the bar. And they had both Brent Halverson, who I'll bring on the show right now here on this Thursday at the Slippery Noodle downtown, both Elijah Craig, and they had Rittenhouse in stock and ready to rock.
Very nice.
Yes.
Should be a little Deep Eddy there, too, right?
There's some Deep Eddy there.
Yeah.
Deep Eddy vodka. We're going to have to work on the tequila angle there a little bit, but I think we can do it. That's, it's funny how your impact with me, everywhere I go, the first thing I do is look at the bar and see if your products are on it.
I absolutely appreciate that, man.
Yes, you got that right.
See, that's the fun part of the game,
yes,
right?
It is.
You got to have your brands out there to have, we're fortunate to have a lot of great partners and great accounts out there. We got one sitting next to Mr. Tom Sutton that just joined us.
Tommy S. is here, buddy.
But that's what it's all about, right? We've got great brands and have great accounts that promote those said brands. And, cool thing about pickleball, John, I saw a couple of your videos, too, man.
What'd you think?
You had a little game there, brother.
I think I could play a little bit if you give me some time on that.
It's a good combination between tennis and ping pong, right?
Yes,
and it's right down the middle. Deep Eddy Vodka is the official vodka of pickleball.
I had no idea what that was.
That's pretty wild, huh? So, but here's the thing. Do you think about drinking when you're playing pickleball? I mean, I get worn out. I mean, I'm just old now, but I'm not as fit and true as you are these days.
I'm ready. I'm ready to rock.
It's did you feel like you wanted to go have a cocktail right afterwards? Or
I drank a beer during it.
Okay, well, you shouldn't drink beer. I mean, that's going to be bad for you.
But I can.
Kidding.
No, I can. I actually drank a beer during it. I mean, that's something. I think I can play at a high level and drink.
Can you hold a beer and swing the paddle? Right.
The only thing that was kind of weird is I had my index finger behind the paddle, kind of like I was playing ping pong.
Yeah.
That's the only. And then I once I took the index finger off, it felt more comfortable.
So did you? I saw you a couple of good backhand shots, putting some spin on it and stuff, just like ping pong, right?
Top spin on that son of
That's
a gun
impressive,
right
man.
there.
I was impressed.
Yeah, no, it was fun. It really was. Pickle on Penn has Heaven Hill Distillery products, though.
I'd love to hear it. It's a good place to go.
No doubt about that. All right, we have a Larceny Bourbon Locks, Luna's Dual Tequila Shots, and we're fortunate because Sean and Jason are both here, right?
They are. I believe they're both going to join us
We
today.
are at the legendary Slippery Noodle. We would love to have you down here. In fact, I think it's a must that you join because we not only have the free sampling that is going on, but we have gear. Free gear while it lasts. Our very own Locks and Shots gear for you at the legendary Slippery Noodle today, Brent.
That's putting two very great pieces together right there.
It
right?
is.
Some wonderful. That gear is awesome, by the way.
It is.
I love the logo. I love everything on it. Long sleeve, so the fall weather that's coming, it's going to be nice and fitting for future
it looks
days
great.
ahead.
It really does. I know
really
that you're
good.
the brainchild behind that. That's well done.
That is, absolutely. And, those cups, too. We got some cups now.
Yep.
I mean, the gear is growing over the 8 years.
Free gear right here.
The 8 years of doing the Larceny Locks Lunazul Tequila Shots. We're in week 4 already, which is just pretty amazing how fast time goes. It takes so long to get here, and it goes by so quick when football season's here.
And when we're here, we really soak it up, too. All right, before we get started, obviously, Josh Downs is going to join the show, the Colts wide receiver, coming up at 4:30, or shortly thereafter, a little bit later on this afternoon. Mike Chappell with the latest on the injury report. We've been eyeballing certainly that of Alec Pierce and concussion protocol, the calf/Achilles situation with Kenny Moore. I'm pretty sure that DeForest Buckner's got it back. We'll go over all that and then some coming up with Mike Chappell in the 5 o'clock hour. But Brent, Aaron Taylor's going to join us from the CBS Sports Network. We have a busy weekend, too, of college football. And coming off of what IU did against Illinois Saturday night in Bloomington, they're on the road in Iowa City for their first road test of the season, a bye week, and then on the road at Eugene versus Oregon. And you just, Tommy Essen mentioned this a little bit earlier off the air. The favorite number continues to kind of go up, and we're going to talk to Aaron Taylor about the Hoosiers and their impact and what he thinks about them so far coming up at the bottom of the hour.
I mean, the Hoosiers, right? They were ranked 19th, playing number 9 Illinois. And 63-10, was that the final score?
It was
63.
It was something, yeah.
Just a drubbing,
Kept
I mean,
scoring.
That was outstanding. They looked wonderful. I mean, I watched the game. Finally had a chance to really sit down and watch a game. And it was outstanding to watch them play. And they don't let off the gas pedal. I'll tell you, that's what's exciting about it. They just keep going and bringing it hard. And it's going to be a fun season. I will tell you, I was in Bloomington the other day, John. I had college visit with Sierra over there.
Oh,
so we were
nice.
over there, and the town is just electric right now.
Well, it is so great anyway.
It is. I mean, do you see all the fans, though, right? Like, you never used to look at IU football home games and go, wow, look at that place. It's electric.
Well, you used to go to watch the other team.
Well, you're right.
I mean, I would go to watch Ohio State and Chris Carter play and Jim Carsados and that particular group. You'd go to watch the other team back in the day. But now, man, you're watching Kurt Cignetti's crew in year 2.
And in year 2, they continue to add upon it. What he's brought to that town, again, has taken a basketball town and made it a football town as well. And just pretty special to see. I mean, it's fun to see all of everybody over there is just electric, and they've got a little excitement brewing. And
Sierra's going to fit in perfectly.
I think she'll do all right over there. I think it's going to be pretty cool.
Bloomington is such a great place. It's not the same that it used to be. There's rarely anything the same as it used to be, but it is still a fantastic town down there, especially this time of year. And when you magnify that with a really fun football team, as we saw a year ago, I mean, it is an awesome place to be, which I think at some point in November, we're going to be at the Upstairs, are we not?
We are. I'll look at the date. I think it's mid-November. We're at Upstairs Pub, absolutely. And doing a lot
basketball season may start by the time we end up getting it upstairs, too.
Absolutely. And you know what's wild, though? You talk about, like, electricity of the town, right, with football going on now. Basketball, we know we're going to have somebody right there doing something. And soccer, these guys are, so there's a lot of stuff going on over there right now. All these kids are really happy and just bopping around. A beautiful time of the year to be in Bloomington, Indiana, and looking forward to get down there with you in November, my man.
So I mentioned Aaron Taylor's going to join us coming up at the bottom of the hour from the CBS Sports Network, the former Notre Dame lineman. He's going to join us. We'll talk about IU and Iowa and everything else that's going on in college football coming up this weekend as well with Aaron Taylor at the bottom of the hour. Josh Downs, Colts wide receiver. I know this to be true. I know that he hasn't put up numbers yet. And if you're asking, we're going to get into that just a little bit because I've got this kind of feeling. I don't have the best of feelings regarding the Colts, but I have a feeling that Josh is going to pop for the first time in the stat category coming up this weekend. We'll talk about that with our Larceny Bourbon Locks and Luna's Old Tequila Shots coming up at the 4 o'clock hour. I think it's interesting to note that the Colts, 103 points through the first 3 games. Brent, and that is the most in the Indianapolis era. Second most in franchise history. It has been an amazing start, really on both sides of the football, and really, I'll say in all facets, because I mentioned this after week number 2 and that went over Denver. They've also been incredibly fortunate. Now, the injuries are taking a bite a little bit right now, and we'll see how they impact coming up week 4 in Southern California. But so far, so good for a team that people like me were incredibly skeptical about going into the start of the season. They have answered it in the first 3 weeks, Brent.
They really have. And JT, Jonathan Taylor, looks like he's back, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he's on fire. He had 3 tuts against Tennessee last week. Danny Dimes, though, still impressing me. He only threw for 228, but still, he's just game managing correctly. And when you have a good run-pass offense like they have, Pittman's kind of been resurrected. You know, you mentioned we got a lot of stuff that still needs to happen. It's going to be a tough matchup this week in Los Angeles, but they're looking pretty good, my friend. And Los Angeles Rams being a 3.5-point favorite at home against the Colts. It should be a good ball game.
So we know the situation with the Colts on Pierce and on Moore. I know that there's an injury situation in the secondary of the Rams, and all this stuff we'll go over. And we'll go over this with Mike Chappell coming up at the 5 o'clock hour as well. I think it's also interesting to note that the Rams should be unbeaten, because not only did they screw themselves, but screwed the betting world that went with them, because the only way that you were going to end up losing if you went with the points in the Rams, that exactly took place on the final play in Philadelphia. And then the Eagles, ended up winning that game, putting it away with that block and that touchdown run the other direction right there. If there is going to be a worse beat of the season, I would like to know what it is, because that is obviously the front runner in Philly last week in terms of bad beats. Rams and the Eagles, was it not?
It really was, and I don't know if that was on Scott Van Pelt's Bad Beats, which is one of my favorite things to watch.
It was sure as hell on mine. I know that.
I usually try to stay up late and try to catch that after that Monday night game. But, wow. I mean, I think they had 2 blocked field goals in the fourth quarter. And that one being the, usually I'm on the other side of those bad beats usually, right? Like I'm on the bad beat side. That actually helped me out.
Oh, did it really? I got nailed big time.
I did have Philly last week, so that was
I felt
good,
confident.
But,
I mean, the Rams had a couple of kicks blocked. It was like the Sunday of blocked kicks, you would think, around the NFL. It really was.
Well, Tommy and I were talking we were sitting there watching the games, and there were 4 or 5 games that were decided by that. You know, I mean, look at the Packers. I mean, my God, I don't even want to talk about that. Let's move on. We're in week 4. However, that really set the Packers up and got them behind. Then Love throws an interception. They kick a 56-yard field goal by some dude I've never heard of to win over my Packers. That was a tough, bad beat there.
I will tell you this. The Browns have a really good defense.
Oh, their defense is stout.
They can, and that's why I'll give you a great example. You look at the number on the road at Detroit, and we watched what the Lions did offensively in Baltimore on Monday night. But 10, that's a big number with this Browns defense.
That is a big, fat number. That thing has grown. I think it was 7.5 or 8 when it came out, so a lot of money on Detroit. People, we talk about this a lot. People go by what they see the weeks before. They saw what Detroit did to Chicago. Detroit has, and this is what they did to Baltimore, too. I mean, they really put it together in the last 2 weeks. Against Green Bay, they were kind of running around in circles, you know. That's just an attribute to that Packer defense. But, hopefully that stays tall with the Packers D, and we get a little Detroit Lion going downward. But I think it's a big number. It's going to be tough. And, again, I don't care who you got back there at quarterback or what they're doing offensive-wise. You're right. Their defense is stout. Now, Detroit, I will tell you, I mean, man, those running backs, Gibbs and Montgomery, that is a two-headed monster right there. I mean, you look what Gibbs was able to do. You look what Montgomery was able to do. Both of them went off for 2 tutties each. I don't even know the yardage, over 100 yards each. I mean, it was just unbelievable. So that run game is good. But then you got Jared Goff. Look what he did against the Bears. He threw 5 touchdowns. So they've got a pretty well-rounded machine out there. And again, 10 points, big in the NFL. We'll kind of see. We'll talk about that at the 4 o'clock hour.
Dan Campbell is going to go for it. It's 4-down territory anywhere on the field for the Lions head coach. We know that to certainly be true. The other really fat number we're talking about going into this weekend is that in Buffalo. And Buffalo didn't cover the number last week. It was also fat. The Saints gave up a fat number on the road in Seattle, which the Seahawks played tonight on Thursday night against Arizona. It's funny. I kind of look at this as what the Saints gave up last week, but I think I more so concentrate on what the Bills didn't do last week with that 15.5-point favoritism they're getting at home on Sunday.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right. I mean, they win by 10, right? So they scored one late to actually make it to 10, a late field goal there, which actually helped me because it was 11.5. And I bought it down to 10, so I was pushing on that. But, yeah, it's just tough. That's a lot of points in the NFL. I will tell you this, though. I've tried poking the bear with the Saints.
Yeah.
They're just not bear worthy.
They're
it's
not
like
good.
poking a dead cat.
Yeah, I don't even think they care at this point.
I don't either. I really don't. Alvin Kamara doesn't look good.
Reset.
It's not Spencer Rattler's not your guy, but, who knows what's going on down there. They do not look like they care. You're right. But that's going to be interesting, right? 15.5 is a big, big number. I don't care who you are. I don't care if it's you and I out there playing the Buffalo Bills. I think that's, again, that's a lot of points in the NFL. These are big, bad boys out there.
The other point to make regarding the Colts, too, in their matchup versus the Rams in Southern California on Sunday. Third straight game to start the season. The Colts didn't turn the ball over. That's dating back to last season. They go 4 consecutive games without a turnover, which does, Brent, tie the longest streak in franchise history. That goes back to 2017, weeks 14 through 17. And regardless of what we think about the matchup itself, if you don't turn the ball over, you give yourself, obviously, the best chance to win. And you may feel good about that category more so than anything else going up against the Rams in L.A. on Sunday afternoon.
Absolutely. Even with a guy like Daniel Jones, right? Because that's what we kind of were concerned about is how lackluster. He was just kind of all over the place when he was in New York. But that's a little product of the offensive line, too. I mean, he's getting some better blocking out there. You've got that run game working with Jonathan Taylor, which opens things up. If you're a smart handler of the football, which he has been, and don't throw those interceptions and think about what you're doing, that goes a long way. So you're not giving the ball away. Man, there's a lot to be said about that. And I'm tickled pink with the way they've played in the first 3 weeks.
What's amazing about this, I've had Boomer Esiason on the show on Tuesday, out of the Fan in New York, and he had mentioned how Saquon Barkley, goes for 2,600 rushing yards, whatever, after the Giants basically gave up on him.
Yeah.
The Giants gave up on Daniel Jones, and he ends up in Indy, and he's doing what he's doing right now. So everybody is clearly viewing the issue as, what in the world are you doing in that Giants organization right now, more so than anything else?
Absolutely right. And they brought Russell, and they've got all kinds of quarterbacks in there, right? And then this week they're starting Jackson Dart, which I don't know if you remember when we talked on week 1. I think I called a Jackson Dart by week 4. And they're finally making that happen. So I think that's going to be at least good. But again, what's he going to be thrown into, right? Like, it's all about the play calls and what they're going to be doing for him. Malik Neighbors is one of the best wideouts in the game. And, he's a little banged up right now. But if you get him involved, and Wan'Dale Robinson looks good, and their run game is an absolute disaster, though. I mean, they got Cam Scatteraboo now. He's finally coming back out and doing some stuff.
Which I'm sure everybody scooped him up in fantasy, right?
Yeah, here's the thing, John. In 2 of my leagues, I actually drafted Scatteraboo like the last pick or something. Just having a little hope. After seeing that week 1, I think he had one touch, one touch of the football from 2 yards or something. Just wasn't getting action. Tracy was kind of the lead back. And I cut him, and he got swooped up in both leagues last week. And look what he came out and did. He looks good. I saw something. It was an interview with Brian Daboll, and he was talking. And Scatteraboo's he's a wild card. He just runs through there, woohoo!
Right.
He's got a lot of energy, which I love to see in a player, and that's what fans like to see too. So
hey,
maybe
Danny Woodhead 2.0 is what it reminds me of
right
there.
That's
Danny Woodhead 2.0 right there. All right, hey, quickly, we got the Seahawks and the Cardinals coming up later on tonight. That's going to start week number 4. We'll get into that matchup. Seahawks winning big. Cardinals covered, but lost. And the Colts are going to see the Cardinals coming up in the next couple of weeks. at Lucas Oil Stadium as well with Kyler Murray and company, and Marvin Harrison Jr. not having the impact that everybody thought he was going to have, certainly to this point of the season. But in reflection, how'd things go for everybody last week, Brent?
John, you were you did your week one shenanigan dance.
Did I go back to 11-5?
You went back to 11-5.
What
You did
in the world?
You did 11-5, 5-11, 11-5. Hopefully you don't follow that trend there this week. But, as we always say, the first 3-4 weeks, you're really kind of getting a gauge. I think we kind of know who's who, what's what right now. I think we're going to start to see, you're starting to see some of these lines really reflect what people are going to look at to bet, right?
What'd you do last week?
I didn't do well, John. I was 7-9.
7-9.
7-9.
Well,
I took a couple
the
of those
Packers
stabs.
slayed me as well, and I'm sure they slayed you.
Yeah.
And then I got screwed over by that bad beat in Philadelphia. But otherwise, I think everything felt pretty good.
It's again, it's week by week, and all we're looking to do here is to get 52% or above because you're making money. You got to pay that juice. So 52% or above, which you are right now, my friend. So
I'll take it.
I'm just a game under, but hey, we've got a few weeks to go here, so it's going to turn up the gas a little bit. We're going to drop some hammers.
I'm ready to kick ass in this like I do in pickleball. I'm becoming
That's going to be your new thing.
Guy.
I can already see it.
Hoop's always going to be number one for me, too, but I didn't mind playing that. I did not mind whatsoever, a pickle on pin. Hey, I wouldn't mind if you were to look up, because you got Game 3 tomorrow night with the Fever at home, not too far away from here, Cambridge Fieldhouse, versus the Aces, best of 5, semifinals, WNBA postseason, tied at a game apiece. You don't have to do that right now, but look that up, and we'll factor that in our picks coming up a little bit later on, if you don't mind.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it, man.
That's Brent Halverson right here, our Heaven Hill Distillery betting analyst, the legendary Slippery Noodle. You guys can join us. We have free gear. We have other stuff to give away while we're here as well. You can make your picks, and as usual, we have the samplage that is flowing here, courtesy of Brent. Tommy S. is in the house. We've got Sean and Jason. They're going to make picks a little bit later on. We've got Josh Downs, Colts wide receiver, on the show coming up too. Mike Chappell, CBS 4 and Fox 59, your final week's look at where things are as far as practice and participation is concerned. Get that insight from Mike coming up in the 5 o'clock hour. But on the other side, we're not going to leave you out. College football from CBS Sports Network. Aaron Taylor, the former Notre Dame offensive lineman, is going to join us coming up on the other side. We're going to talk about the Hoosiers in Iowa City and a lot more. Reds fans, I know. I didn't bring the Reds up because they stinks.
Man, we're right there.
My God, if I have to watch these clowns swing at another bad ball, I don't even know what to say at this point. They are the kings of swinging at pitches that suck. It is incredible to watch. And you talk about taking a great situation that you have and trying as much as you can. By the way, 2-0 right now over the Pirates. They end up 5 over in Cincinnati, but they've lost the first 2 against the Pirates in fashion in which you thought, oh, man, can you not have a little bit more? And it just goes to show you that's who they are.
Absolutely. Yeah. And after sweeping the Cubs, they swept 4 in a row, won 4 in a row right from the Cubs, and then they just can't pull it together. I mean, it's right there, John. It's right there, man. And we're still not out of it. We're a game back with Arizona right there on the tail.
Yeah.
Need those Mets to keep falling down and need Arizona to drop and need the Red Legs to do something here.
Brent mentioned this, too. Mets and Cubs coming up later on tonight at 7:40. Reds have a 2-0 advantage over the Pirates as they play through 5 right now over in Cincinnati. But disappointing, to say the least, and to end the season in Milwaukee. Yeah, I guess kind of good luck with that. Quick break. We'll come back. Aaron Taylor's going to join us on the other side. The legendary Slippery Noodle, Larceny Bourbon Locks, Luna Azul Tequila Shots. Bullseye Event Center passes for the Rams VIP tailgate. If you're going to Southern California, we'll give you a chance to win that coming up, too. The text stream is going right now at 317-239-1070. You can call. We will put you on the air. That and so much more at 239-1070. Our Thursday is at the Slippery Noodle. Larceny Bourbon Locks, Luna Azul Tequila Shots. We're back with you next. 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Ride with JMV.
Here's Johnny. David Letterman.
Hi, David. I'm Grandpa.
93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
I'm John. Thank you for joining us. Brett Halverson, Heaven Hill Distillery, our larceny bourbon locks, Luna Azul tequila shots, downtown Indy. The legendary Slippery Noodle. We're looking for you. We got free samples. We got free gear to give away. Week 4 picks coming up. Josh Downs, Colts wide receiver. So our good friend Ann Paris just reached out to me and said, you know what, Antoine Bethe, he's in town this weekend, may show up later on today. So just maybe, Brent, Antoine Bethe will show up here later on today, and if so, more the merrier at the Slippery Noodle, right?
Outstanding. Not a better guy to come join us at one of the greatest places in downtown Indianapolis.
Not right there, Antoine Bethe. We shall see. More to come, too. We got our picks with both Jason and Sean coming up here at the Slippery Noodle at the top of the hour. Meantime, on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline, there is a lot going on in our next guest live right now. He's breaking down college football and then some. CBS Sports analyst, former Notre Dame offensive lineman. Got a concentration on IU, their first road test coming up in Iowa City this weekend, and the rest of college football. He's very enjoyable to hear break down a game as well. Aaron Taylor joins us on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. Hey, Aaron, thank you very much for the time in Indianapolis. How are you?
My pleasure, John. I'm great, man. If I was any better, I couldn't stand myself.
You know what? If you were better, you'd be here with us right now. Let me guarantee you that. I'll call my shot on that right now. If you were better, you would be here with us right now. You got a lot going on. Hey, before we get into the breakdown of IU and Iowa City coming up tomorrow and the rest of the college football landscape, you got a lot going on with you right now as well.
I do. It's 'tis the season, as we like to say, so it's just kind of something that you do. And one of those things is called Trench Life, which is the flagship YouTube channel for the Joe Moore Award. And basically, we had nailed creating college football's only group or unit award, which is in our 10 years of existence. But beyond that, we wanted to look over the next decade about how we could elevate the offensive line coach position and shine a light on the brotherhood that binds the most skilled position in football, the big uglies in the trenches. So Trench Life drops every day at every Thursday, I should say, on YouTube at 1 o'clock. We've got a bunch of social media stuff, but we do a big ugly spotlight where we break down the games of the week, and that, fellas, is where I called first for Indiana to be able to dominate Illinois up front, because when you put the tape on, you can tell that that's a team that's built different. They're not just built to go into December this year. They're built to go deep into January, and I think Indiana could be the best team in the country that nobody's talking about.
It's Aaron Taylor from CBS as well joining us on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. So great entry right here. And this was my thought. I talked about this. At Voice of the Hoosiers, Don Fisher comes on with me weekly, and he had said basically all summer long he loved what Curt Cignetti did in revamping and getting stronger that offensive line. And knowing with Mendoza, the guy you brought in from Cal, and now he ran from his life a year ago, really, for Cal. Good quarterback, but ran for his life the entire time. That was a point of emphasis, and it seems like what you just explained and how they looked, especially last Saturday, Curt Cignetti has been on target with the way he has replenished that offensive line.
Bullseye, baby. Bullseye, bullseye, bullseye. And what's notable to me, John, is the fact that this year he's not chirping as much. Now, he was feeling himself and got a little big-chested at the halftime interview. And then a little bit in the post game, but this isn't the braggadocious Google me Cignetti that we saw a couple years ago. This is more walk quiet, carry a big stick, and man, they passed their first test resoundingly. And to your point, don't just take our word that the O-line's better. They've rushed for 300 or more yards in every single game this season, including Illinois, and most of those yards came in the second half when they knew that they were going to shut it down. But defensively, that front is extremely mobile, extremely active, and they whipped a very seasoned Illinois team up front. So they're winning in the lines of scrimmage, but it's a major upgrade. And another reason I knew Indiana was going to win, and this is with all due respect to Illinois, they had a significant improvement in advantage at the quarterback position in Fernando Mendoza. And it's just like sometimes, boys, like you get into a second marriage and it goes a hell of a lot better than the first. Well, Fernando Mendoza is proof positive of that in the football world because he's playing out of his mind here at Indiana way better than he did at Cal.
That's great, Aaron. Brent Holverson here. Number one, that is spot on.
That was
said.
impactful and analysis right there from here.
It really was. It really was. And it's spot on, though, right? I mean, if you look at him, he just is a refreshed guy now. The whole team, they're just operating all cylinders right now. They're going into Iowa, right? It's going to be tough. Iowa's had a strong, stout defense the last couple of years. Not as strong as what they've had here. What do you think that's going to? How do you think that's going to come into play with the way that IU's operating right now? How do you see that rolling out?
Well, Kinnick Stadium is one of the most difficult places to play in the country, but this is an Iowa team that is good, but not as good as they've been over the years. So when you look on paper, you look at personnel, you look at what these offenses have been able to do, you look at the defenses and how they're built. Indiana's the better team on paper. Now, fortunately for Iowa and Kirk Ferentz, who's now the winningest Big Ten coach of all time, football ain't played on paper. It's played in the trenches. So that's what I'm going to be watching. You've seen the evolution of Gronowski, the quarterback that came in, that is now the most winningest NCAA quarterback on any level. That happened a couple weeks ago. They're finding their throw game. They've got a run game and an offensive line that is very seasoned, that plays in an old school way, so they're efficient running the ball, not as dominant as they may need to be if this becomes a shootout situation. But as it is with Iowa and as it's been, they win with defense and special teams. Phil Parker, their defensive coordinator, does a remarkable job, but they've been a little susceptible on the back end. Rutgers was able to torch them a little bit. They were able to give some big plays. For whatever reason, they played more man coverage now than they have in the past, which may mean they might need an extra a hat in the box, if you will, to help against the run, because they don't look as stout as they were certainly last year in the front seven, particularly at the linebacker position, and also on the D-line as well. So, again, I think Iowa's going to show in there and play really, really well, especially at home, and we know how sacred that experience is at the into the first quarter with the Children's Hospital. But if Indiana shows up ready to play, I think they should win that game handily.
Here's Aaron Taylor, the former Notre Damer from CBS, and then some, joins us on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. Aaron, I want to concentrate on this. It's because his dad is a friend of mine. Dave Lauk is the AD down at Roncalli High School, where my son attended, and one of his classmates was Trevor Lauk, who is a left tackle at Iowa. And one of the reasons why he ended up in Iowa City was because of what they have done over the years consistently in building up offensive linemen. Why have they been so good at that concentration and not just doing it collegiately, Aaron, but building those offensive linemen to play at the next level?
Kirk Ferentz, who came up underneath Joe Moore, who was my college coach at Notre Dame and famously sent 52 guys to the NFL in 18 seasons, most notably at Pitt, where all the Hogs and Mark May and Jimbo Covert and Bill Freilich, Mark Stepnowski, Jimbo Covert, like a laundry list of who's who of offensive linemen there, and then went to Notre Dame and never had a senior starter that played for him that didn't at least have a cup of coffee. Turned Andy Heck in 1 year from a tight end that played a little bit into an All-American left tackle that played a double-digit NFL career and is now the offensive line coach for the Kansas City Chiefs. So that adherence to the belief and the basics and the fundamentals of blocking and tackling, of not hitting sleds because sleds aren't on football fields, people are, of accelerating your feet on contact because when he reverse engineered film, that's where he saw the dominant blocks were, not the pitter-patter over the boards with a wide base, but with a tight base where you're running and your body's in a natural position. An understanding of leverage, up and down, inside and out. Pad level, up and down, low man wins. Inside, outside gives you points of strength where your legs move people, but your upper body controls and steer them. So when your upper and lower are connected, having an ability to time that perfectly where it shows up in both the run game and timing your punch in the pass game is a recipe for success with a laundry list of people, and Trevor's going to be the next in line of a long line of the Tristan Wirfs of the world, where he gets the absolute best fundamental coaching you can at the offensive line position, maybe nowhere else better in the country than there in Iowa City.
Aaron, he's such a great kid, too. I'm really proud of him and what he's accomplished. But, yeah, I would agree with you. You can tell, and I'm not an offensive line guru by any stretch of the imagination, but you can just kind of see him grow game after game at Iowa City. You really can.
Yeah, George Barnett's their old line coach, man. He's an old school guy, and it's interesting, fellas. I did a summer tour this year, and we went to Iowa City watching camp, and in practice – you were watching them do base blocks and fundamental drills. That's kind of the hard position-specific stuff that each position does to begin the practice, and it's situational. And they were working on base blocks, drive blocks, and they were taking the defender either 10 yards backwards or until they were on their back. And Coach Barnett was coaching the defense, the scout squad, the look squad, as hard, if not harder, than he was the offensive lineman. So they weren't just backpedaling and running out of there. They were giving real resistance. And the reason why is that you don't see mistakes until you're under pressure. If you're not giving a good look to the offensive lineman, then he's going to be successful. His bad habits won't show up. But if you give him resistance and all of a sudden his arm goes out, or he stands up, or he starts to widen his base, now all of a sudden you can see the things that need to be corrected. And the reason you do it 10 yards or they're on their back is that if you prep it that way, if the timing in the brain and that muscle memory takes place at 10 yards or on the back, then in a real game situation, you're going to get 6 yards. And here's where that's important. Most other schools we go to go 3 to 4 yards and stop. And when you turn the game tape on, when it matters, they're only holding their blocks 1 or 2 yards. And that's why you don't get near the production or execution in some places as you do there in Iowa City. And George Barnett is the next in the long line of great offensive line coaches that Kirk trusts to bring in to execute what that standard is. And that's been as consistent of a level of performance at any position in college football we've seen over the last 3 decades.
I'll tell you what, between that analysis and the second wife analysis, we got to have you back on. There's zero way we cannot have you back on the show.
I'd love it,
no
fellas.
way.
You let me know, man. You know I'm partial, I should say, to Indianapolis. I went to Notre Dame. My dad lives there now, so there's a lot of reasons for me to love on some Indy.
Well, let's do this again. Before we do that, I want to make sure that everybody understands Trench Life, where they can see it, YouTube, and all that is going on. But, yeah, hey, Aaron, let's make sure we get you back on over the course of the season and talk up more college football. You've been outstanding.
Love it. 2 things I want folks to do. Go to YouTube, type in Joe Moore Award 2015. That's our handle. And go get some donuts at Long's.
No, there you go. Look at you hitting the spot right there. Aaron, I'm going to have my producer, James, get in touch with you. Outstanding work. Thank you very much. And we'll do it again over the course of this season. Thank you.
Appreciate you, fellas.
Aaron Taylor, that was great on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline.
He's awesome. I mean, that's great. He's great. We need to get him live. Right? Let's get him live with us. Just
he had some impactful information for me right there. I know that.
It's like a second wife. That was still one of the best quotes
and it was
there,
cool because when I brought up it, like Trevor Lauk of Roncalli is a classmate of was a classmate of my son Blake, and I didn't know if I was bringing up something that was kind of outside of his realm of analysis, but man, he took that baton and ran with it. That is well done.
That was
right
great.
There,
and his instant knowledge too, right?
Yeah,
like he instantly can pop into it and just go with it. So I love talking to a guy like that, and it's always fun.
That's Brent Holverson, JMV. We're at the legendary Slippery Noodle. We've got our picks, Week 4, coming up at the top of the hour. Josh Downs, Colts wide receiver, at the bottom of the hour. Quick break. We shall return. That was Aaron Taylor, the podcast, talking college football, 1075thefan.com. Stream the app, HD Radio, the AAA Membership Lounge via YouTube Live. Don't go anywhere. 93.5, 1075 The Fan.
Ride with JMV.
Give me my theme music.
93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
Legendary Slippery Noodle for Larceny Bourbon Locks and Luna Azul Tequila Shots. You guys are wanting Aaron Taylor back on, and we'll have to do that again, too. That was great. You guys also want Mark Patrick on. Mark Patrick joined me for the first time in forever yesterday as we discussed the legacy of the late Nancy Leonard, and was great. So we'll do both. We'll get Aaron Taylor back on, hopefully more often, as well as Mark Patrick. I had not talked to the big chair in a long time, and he was outstanding yesterday in talking about the life and the legacy of the late Nancy Leonard. If you missed any of it, the podcast is at 1075thefan.com. Truly outstanding. I mentioned the Slippery Noodle. We've got Sean and Jason going to join us coming up in a minute with our picks. Tommy S. is hanging out with us. Brent Halverson of Heaven Hill Distillery. This is what Larceny Bourbon Locks and Luna Azul Tequila Shots is all about right here, my brother.
It really is. You know, we're gathering together. Beautiful day out today here in downtown Indianapolis. Not a better place to be. Right downtown, we're here at the Slippery Noodle. Come on out and join us for some complimentary samples.
Yes.
We'll do a little bit of NFL Week 4 coming up here in about 5 minutes. We'll get that rolling.
Hell of an idea. And look, there's Music Mac walking down the hallway.
Music
right
Mac
there.
is here.
That's how you know. You know, Music Mac, I talk about the weight loss I've had. Music Mac has lost an incredible amount of weight. That's our brother right there, man.
What's up, man?
We
looking
love
good,
Mac right there. He's looking good.
I didn't know if he was wearing a brown shirt when he walked in because it's the orange on there, but it's the WNBA All-Star game. I like that.
Weekend. Hey, by the way, I asked you this a little bit earlier, too, because we got our picks coming up at the top of the hour. Normally, we don't go on WNBA games. But Game 3 with the Aces and the Fever tomorrow night at the Fieldhouse, what are we thinking about that?
Well, I tell you, if you look at Game 1, Fever went in and they won 89-73 and got the W out right there. They got worked pretty good last night.
They
right?
did.
They got worked, beat 90.
The physicality was something they could not match. There's no question about it.
It's going to be tough. So Fevers are a 4.5-point underdog here at home. And if they can match, I mean, again, being at home is something special, right? So you got that crowd support. 4.5 points. I'm going to take the Fever tomorrow night, John. Look for an outright win, but hey, give me 4.5 points. I like that. I'll take the
Game
points.
4 probably will be a little bit more of a tough call right there, but I think Game 3 is one that I would agree with you.
Let's hope, right? I mean, we got to bring it home. You got to do something at home. You got to get a win here at home, and it's best of 5 now. So go after your tight at ones.
Josh Downs, Colts wide receiver, bottom of the hour. Mike Chappell coming up at the 5 o'clock hour. The spreadability of Win Schuler's in your favorite grocer's refrigerator, from original to bacon and cheddar, jalapeno pepper to sharp cheddar. You can find Win Schuler's spreadability on your snacking table today, and make sure you tell us where you find it. I should mention this, too. The Reds down a game in the wild card race, that final wild card of the NL with the Mets. The Reds with Nick Lodolo on the mound. He struck out 12, and then he goes out with an injury, which is very Nick Lodolo-like. You can be dominant and then go out with an injury. And we'll follow the Reds and the Pirates as they try to salvage whatsoever that series. Losers of the first two, up 2-0, bottom of the 7th inning. Brent Halverson over in Cincinnati.
Well, come on, Redlegs, huh? I mean, very Nick Lodolo-like. I like where you put that right
Lord
there.
Almighty,
but,
Reds.
That is the thing. We need to hold that off, right?
Yeah.
And then have the Cubs come back and get the Mets out of the way. And then we just got to push forward these final 7 games or so.
6 1/3, 2 hits, and 12 Ks for Lodolo and Ashcraft. Thank you, Mo. Yeah, that's for Dev right there, Dev.
That's for
and,
John.
Ashcraft in there right now. We'll follow that. Mets and Cubs coming up later on tonight from Wrigley Field in Chicago, so the Reds need a little helper from the Cubbies as well. Sean and Jason on the other side are Week 4 Larceny Bourbon Locks and Luna Azul Tequila Shots. The legendary Slippery Noodle. We are downtown, and we would love to see you. Gear to give away, free samples, and then some. Sit tight. We're coming at you next. 93.5, 107.5 The Fan.
You got a panty on your head. You drive fast, eh?
93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
And let's get you back to the legendary Slippery Noodle with the band from 76, Silver. Is this on your playlist, Brent?
Not my normal playlist, John.
God, I love this song.
This is on the
though.
super secret one.
Hey, James, crank this up because this is the part I really, really like. Dev's the on-site engineer. That's James back in the studio. We got a whatever weekend on B105.7 coming up Saturday night, 6 until midnight, powered by Big Red Liquors. But here at the Slippery Noodle, we have our Larceny Bourbon Locks and Luna Azul Tequila Shots for week number 4. If you missed Aaron Taylor of CBS earlier, you want to double back and hear that. And we want to make him a frequent guest on this show. He was really good. The podcast at 1075thefan.com. Colts wide receiver Josh Downs will join us at the bottom of the hour, but look who is here. From the Slippery Noodle, Brent, we've got Sean. And because Jason is not here, I've been promoting Jason. We thought Jason was going to be here, Sean. Jason is not here?
He is in the basement cleaning as we speak.
Well, that's what I call that something completely different.
He is
when I say I'm in the when I'm in the basement cleaning, that means something completely different. Completely different. Hey, shout out to Shannon over here, by the way,
my man
too.
Shannon coming over here. That's awesome, brother.
Shannon's going to come up and ask us a question and talk with us a little bit later on. The Slippery Noodle works at the post office.
Yeah,
great dude.
said he's right over here. Comes over here for the specials all today. Heard we were here. Wanted to come over and enjoy some Luna Azul. So my man got a little Luna Azul there, right?
Why would you not?
Love
right
it.
there.
Love it.
And Tommy S. is going to join us to pick this week, too.
Tommy
Filling in
S.
for Jason Amonette, my good buddy, and my good buddy
Who's cleaning
Sean
in the
Lothridge
basement?
next to me, so
I know you clean in the
love this
basement all the
place.
time, just like I do.
Hey, come here. I come here at least once a week for lunch. It's a good spot, and you got to come see Smitty.
Oh,
He came with the building, I think.
You know, Smitty's been here 33 years,
yes, he
right? Is that
has.
right?
Yeah.
33 years. That tells you something right there. I mean, we talk Tavern Tour, which this is kind of a combo show. There's not a better place than the Slippery Noodle. It's been around for so long. The oldest standing bar in the state of Indiana, correct, Sean?
Oldest continuous bar in the state of Indiana.
Continuous.
That's-
There's one in Lafayette that did not
The
serve
Knickerbocker.
Prohibition.
Yep, the Knickerbocker was also
They made
up there.
bathtub gin here at the old Slippery Noodle back during Prohibition, so they kept serving.
It was Tom's secret recipe that we
That's
used.
right. That's right.
Hey,
I'm in my second lifetime.
can you name the band that has a song called Bathtub Gin?
No, that'd be those fishy fish.
There you go, fish with a P, baby.
Hey, where's Marty Bacon?
He's a late night.
I told him get in here early so he can talk to you.
He's still
Is he going to wear his leather jacket?
Probably.
He'll have those locks
Man,
all
he was
fresh.
giving us some crap last night.
He sent us both a text last
Yeah.
night. I'm at a volleyball game, and wherever you were probably pickleballing still.
We were like, he mentioned we kind of look like the blank in the box from the SNL with Justin Timberlake and Andy Samberg.
Yeah, we had our
back in the
poster
day.
up, and he said, "Did you guys lose a bet or something? Have these posters put up?"
I thought we looked really good in
I
those
did
pictures.
too. You look great.
Marty
you look
Bacon,
great. Yeah.
gosh.
I love Marty. I hope he does get here. I'd love to see that guy. He's another guy that's been around here a
He's
long
been here.
time.
He's Old Testament, so
Probably
helped build the
pushing
building in
25,
1850, actually.
1850, and he hasn't aged a bit. That's
Not a
what's
bit,
great about
not a
it.
He built it. That's awesome. Legendary Slippery Noodle. You guys want to do some picks today? You guys all ready?
Absolutely.
Week 4 again. Last week, how do we do before we hit cue the music?
You were 11.5. You want to keep going here because you're on that 11.5 train.
I'm getting a week 3 arousal.
You are, yeah. So you're at. What are you? I got the totals here, John. If you would give me a minute here.
Am I even, Steven, right
You're ahead of even, bro. You're 27 and 21.
I'm making money off this son of a gun right here.
I'm below at 23-25 right now, so you got me. But let's go after it real bit. I think this is where it all turns, though. You're going to see a lot of. Again, we talk about waiting those first couple of weeks to see how the games go. The lines makers set these games on what people are thinking, right? They're going to see these big blowouts. They're going to bet on that team the next week. So there's some interesting lines here. We do have a big number there at that 15.5. We'll talk about with the Bills. Got a lot of 1.5, 2.5. So and a lot of road favorites. So there's something to be said there. We'll kind of walk through it and see what we got.
We should shout out to Chad and Destiny, too. They have Larceny Bourbon Locks and Luna Azul Tequila Shots gear to give away.
Look at that. That's some good-looking gear right there, too.
Our guy Shannon needs some of that
gear. Shan's got, you got one right
That's
there.
my man right
on,
there.
man.
You guys ready?
All right, let's do it.
Cue the band, James. Week 4, Larceny Bourbon Locks, Luna Azul Tequila Shots from the Slippery Noodle. Tonight's game, the Seahawks and the Cardinals. The Seahawks a walkthrough against New Orleans last week. The Cardinals covered but lost ultimately in San Fran to the 49ers. 1.5-point favorites of the Seahawks at press time right here. I'm going to bury that 1.5 and give me the Seahawks on the road. I don't know if I could trust the Cardinals after watching them last week, Brent.
Yeah, I mean, that was a tough loss. And those Seahawks do look good. I mean, Tommy's ex-quarterbacks kind of walked in there. And
Sammy
Darnold.
He's one of the better players in the NFL.
And I'll tell you who the number one receiver in the NFL is right now is JSN, Jackson Smith Njigba. He is on fire. He's a deep threat. I think Arizona, though, at home, I think they're playing everybody really tough right now. I'm going to go ahead and take the home dog here. Give me the Arizona Cardinals. I'll take that plus 1.5.
Sean?
I think I'm going to go with Seattle. They've been playing pretty good the last few weeks, so I'm going to stick with Seattle.
Well done. What do you got over there? Tommy?
Give me those sea chickens on the road, a little caw, caw. I think I like them. They're playing well. Sammy D's playing well.
Hey, last week, guys, the Vikings and Steelers, both teams forced 5 turnovers in week number 3. So I think this game is about protecting the football. This is in Dublin, Ireland. The Steelers and the Vikings, the matchup. You know the story with Carson Wentz starting under center for the injured J.J. McCarthy. I'm going to go ahead and take the 2.5 points. The Vikings are the favorites in Dublin coming up this weekend. I'm going to take the Steelers and give me that 2.5. Brent.
Hey, real quick, let me jump back to that previous game because I did mention my Lunazul shot of the week. And then if he's still out there, then you better go get him, but I don't doubt that he is. Trey Benson, running back, Cardinals. James Conner's out. There's not a better guy to pick up right now than Trey Benson. So,
I already did.
Trey Benson, you got him. You're on top of it. All right, so you take Pittsburgh. I'm going to go ahead and I'm actually anxious to hear what we're going to get from our other two guests over here, both being a diehard Steeler fan and a diehard Viking fan. But for the fact of my pick right here, I'm going to go with the Pittsburgh Steelers plus the 2.5. I think this is a close game. I mean, it could be a Minnesota win 23-21. That means the Steelers cover. Give me Pittsburgh plus 2.5. Aaron Rodgers at home, first time.
Yeah. Hopefully my boy Tom won't get too upset with me, but I think Carson Wentz is going to throw 3 picks.
Ooh, I like the call.
Steelers are going to cover and win. So I think
all right.
Tommy, man, don't get bent out of shape.
Man, that's brutal. Rough crowd around here. Hey, Vikings get Jordan Addison back this week.
That's right, they do.
That's my Lunazul shot of the week.
There you go.
Pick him up if you haven't already. I like the Vikings in this one. They're very familiar with Aaron Rodgers, obviously. They played him the last, 17, 18 years he's been in the league. And the Vikings are 4-0 in international games. So,
let me ask you this being in Ireland, and we all know the Steelers have a huge following. I kind of look at this being more of a
Rooney's very Irish
Pittsburgh Steeler home game almost, just with the travel. What do you think, Tommy? Tommy, you going to have some Vikings fans over there?
Vikings fans travel. I mean, I've been to a lot of away Vikings games, and it's a lot of purple usually in the stands, depending on where you are. So, but no, I'm gonna lay that 2.5 and take my boys.
All right, guys. Commanders, Falcons, CBS Sunday coming up at 1 o'clock. I'm telling you, Michael Penix Jr. was an absolute mess, as was his team last week versus Carolina. Commanders more than likely without Jaden Daniels, and Terry McLaurin is a tremendous question mark and probably won't go. I can't try. Marcus Mariota in place of Daniels was very good last week. However, I'm going to think the Falcons will bounce back. Give me that 1.5. The Commanders are the favorites, and give me the Falcons, Brent, at home.
Atlanta look bad. They're already talking about Kirk Cousins possibly coming back in there. They're paying him a bunch of money to sit on the bench. Is he going to get back in there? Who knows? We don't know about it. And again, there's a lot that can happen. It's Thursday, right? There's a lot that can happen in the next couple of days. You've got to keep an eye out to see if Jaden Daniels might possibly play. I'm going to go ahead and bank on that side of the coin, John. I'm going to take the Washington Commanders 27-20. Even if he doesn't, I like what Mariota has done with him, what he can do with him. He knows the offense. Those Falcons just look to be in a little bit disarray right now. I'm going to give me Washington.
Resurrection, baby. Sean, what do you got over there?
I'm kind of leaning with Brent there. I think Daniels will come back, and I think Commanders are going to take that one.
I got to put in my starting lineup then. I've got Drake May in there right now instead of Jaden Daniels.
Wouldn't be a bad play.
Thursday's a tough call. What do you got over there, Tommy?
I kind of like those Commanders. I've got Drake London on he's one of my starting receivers. I benched him this week. He hasn't done a darn thing this year. You got a quarterback controversy in Atlanta. Marcus Mariota, I know it was the Raiders, but he looked really good last week. So
he did.
Give me the. I'll lay that 1.5. Give me the Commanders.
Larceny Bourbon Locks, Luna Azul, Tequila Shots, Week 4, Saints and Bills. The Bills had a big fat number last week, didn't cover it. The Saints looked awful in getting blasted by the Seahawks. So you would think maybe that combination would be the Bills covering. that 15.5-point favoritism they're getting right here. But as Public Enemy once said, and the great Chuck D, the MC, can't trust it. I can't trust it. Can't trust it. So I'm gonna lay, Tommy. I'm gonna lay the 50. I'm gonna take the 15.5 at this point. Give me the Saints. They suck, but man, 15.5 scares me. That's a big number, Brent. Give me the Saints.
You know, I've tried to jump on this little Saint thing the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
They're not good, John. They don't look like they care. They don't look like they have a worry in the world. They don't have anything because they don't care about the game. I think Buffalo needs to come out and put a stamp game on. I think this is going to be it. I think they come out. I think they stomp them. It's 34-17, let's call it. That means they cover the 15.5. Lay the big wood. Give me Buffalo.
Tell me about it, Sean.
I think same thing. The Saints are kind of a mess right now, and being at Buffalo, I think they are tough to beat. I think even though it's a big number, the Bills will cover it.
What do you got over there, Tommy? Yes.
Yeah, we already said the Saints are terrible. They might have the number one pick next year. Buffalo's going to definitely lay the lumber on them, and you know what? I usually don't take a spread that big in the NFL, but I think that they win. This might be another Vikings-Bengals.
Dang, nobody's thinking like I'm thinking right now. That's troublesome.
Hey, you were 11-5 last week.
I was good though.
Week before you're 5-11. So which John are we getting?
That week too. I'm like Jekyll and Hyde right here with our Larceny Bourbon. Locks Lunas will take the shots. Browns and the Lions. All right, we saw the Lions on Monday night just score. And Dan Campbell does what Dan Campbell does offensively. The Browns beat the Packers last week and looked really good as they normally do defensively. They were flat nasty against the Packers. Meantime, the Lions, we saw what they did. Now, Jared Goff, 5 TD passes, and it looked really good. Here's what I want to do right now. I want to take the defense of the Browns. They're not going to win this, but 10-point favorites at Ford Field for the Lions. Go ahead and give me those 10 points and give me the Browns on the road. Brent.
I'm with you. And everything you just said, that defense is stout. I mean, they really are stacked up front on that line. However, you're also taking probably, I'm going to say, the number one run game in the NFL with Jamar Gibbs and Montgomery back there. And Jared Goff, which he did in week 2. Like you said, he dropped 5 tutties. I don't know that they're going to have the easiest time. I mean, the Browns shut the Packers down. Packers were up 10-0. They should not have ever lost that game. And my God, I'm going to just try to forget that week, move on to Dallas. But anyway, back where we're at, I'm going to go ahead and join you. Give me the Browns plus 10. I think it's a little closer. I think Detroit wins the game 23-16. That means Cleveland covers.
What do you got over there, Sean?
I'm kind of the same boat. I think Detroit's got a lot of weapons and looking good, but the Browns have been stepping up, and I think that 10 points is too much to cover, so I'll take the Browns and the points.
Tommy S.
Yeah, Cleveland very impressive last week. That defense really shut down Harvey's Packers, and that's a high-powered Green Bay offense. And Cleveland looked great. Detroit, I mean, wow, that Monday night game, oh my goodness. Okay. I really didn't think that Detroit had a chance in Baltimore, but they proved differently. But I'm going to take those 10 points, just like you guys have, and give me Lions for the win, but Browns for the cover.
We got a lot of desperation in the AFC South in week number 4. We've got an offer and an offer going on, and one of the offers would be the Houston Texans, 7-point favorites at home against the Titans. That game, 1 o'clock to start on CBS. I don't know if the Texans are going to dig out whatsoever of this. I do think that at home they're 7-point favorites. I absolutely hate this pick, but I'm going to lay the 7. Give me the Texans at home because it's more than a have to. I know that. You look at Cam Ward. He missed a little bit of practice time. I think he was on a limited basis. They stink. I think the Texans are going to have enough. I don't really trust them to cover that 7, though. That's scary, but I am going to take the Texans, lay the 7. Brent.
Yeah, this is an ugly game, and my whole philosophy is really going to come down to that number being 7. These are 2 0-3 teams, right? There's no way. This game should be more of a 3-point spread or something because it could end up 6-3. Cam Ward he's just not clicked yet. He didn't have a good offensive line, given a lot of time. I would have thought Calvin Ridley would be a lot more viable for him. They haven't used him much at all. But then again, you look at what Stroud has done. He has not done a lot either. They don't have a good offensive line. It's going to be tough, but because of that line being 7, that's why I'm going to take Houston right there. Again, I probably won't even bet it. But if you want to look for a good 0-3 game to bet, I'm going to lay the 7. Give me the Houston Texans to get their first W.
What do you got over there, Sean?
I think the Texans kind of get it together finally, and I'm going to take the Texans.
What do you got, Tommy S.?
Yeah, look at this game, and Houston is really one of the most disappointing teams so far this year. 0-3. Tennessee, young quarterback. They're trying to figure it out down there. I think Houston wins this game, but I don't think they covered it. So I think it's a close, like 23-20 game or something. But I'll take the points and give me Tennessee +7.
Yeah, sore with the Panthers and the Patriots. That's Fox, 1 o'clock coming up on Sunday from Foxborough. There's no long-term commitment. We know this to be true for Bryce Young and Carolina. Carolina shut up the Falcons 30-0 last week. I know this because I had to start him. I was lucky enough I passed out during my fantasy football league draft after drinking too much and drafted Drake May. I don't know how that happened. But, yeah, sometimes better to be drunk and lucky and hungover than good right there. 72.6% completion percentage. That's really the only reason I'm going to go ahead and take the Patriots at home. Lay the 4.5 and give me the Pats over the Panthers, Brent Holverson.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting game. 4.5-point number here. Patriots, I do think they probably might win the game. I think it's a field goal game. The Carolina Panthers, they looked good last week. I mean, out of nowhere, just making things happen again against Atlanta. But I'm going to go ahead and take the dog here on the road. Give me the Carolina Panthers +4.5. Patriots win 24-21. That means Carolina covers.
That's Sean over there.
I'm kind of thinking the same thing. I think Carolina looked good last week, and they're rolling, so I'm going to take them to the win.
Tommy S.
Yeah, I don't think this game's as close as you guys think it's going to be. I'm gonna lay that 4.5. Give me the Patriots.
Here's what I think's funny. Large City Bourbon Locks, Luna Azul Tequila Shots, week number 4. So the Chargers and the Giants on CBS at 1 o'clock. We know about just how the futility level is regarding the Giants. Jackson Dart, the rookie quarterback they're going with this week over Russell Wilson. Meantime, did you know that Justin Herbert has taken, count them, 10 sacks in 3 games? Lack of protection there for the Chargers. Their defense allows 276.7 per game, which may give a little bit of a kickstart to Dart and the Giants, but 6.5-point favorites on the road, cross country. Lay the 6 and give me the Chargers rolling away in that one. Brent.
I really thought the Chargers would be more of a running team this year, and they really have been more of a passing team.
Some injuries working. I think
there's some injuries. Najee's out,
yeah.
But what they've done and getting Keenan Allen back, that's kind of his safety blanket, and I think he's really stepped up back into that big role. They got a lot of good things going on in Los Angeles right now. I think, and again, I said this when we started. I think by week 4, Jackson Dart be quarterback, and that actually came to fruition. I think this is a tall task for his first game, though, but I think he's going to be your guy going forward. For our boy Pat Powers, he's got something to look forward to, hopefully, down the road.
He might get a W this weekend, you know.
I'm going to go against that. I'm giving the Los Angeles Chargers lay the 6, and I said the Chargers win 24-16. That means they cover.
Sean from the Slippery Noodle. Sean.
I think Dart's going to have a tough time in his first start. I'm going to take Jackson in the Chargers in the 6.
He is Tommy S.
You know, the Charger defense is pretty stout, and I think Jackson Dart's going to have some issues. I think the Giants are a bad system. You see what Daniel Jones has done since he's left there. I'm actually going to lay the 6 on the road. Give me I know they're not the San Diego Superchargers, but I say San Diego Superchargers.
Did you know that Saquon Barkley has yet to rush for 100 yards in a game?
Yes, I did know that because I picked him first in my fantasy draft. Thank you for reminding me.
Here's what worries me about this. So the Eagles on the road after that incredible luck. They had a luck to level the Colts against Denver in week number 2 here at Lucas Oil Stadium. But the Eagles 3.5-point favorites on the road at Tampa Bay. I don't know if Tampa Bay is going to win, but that little hookage right there at 3.5, I don't trust that either. So give me the 3.5, Brent, and I'm going to take the Buccaneers in that home date in Florida. What do you got?
I think this is probably going to be one of the better games of the week now. However, we're also missing Mike Evans is out for Tampa Bay, which is a big piece being out. However, they also they got all kinds of stuff coming back here too. So I think the way they've been playing, and Baker Mayfield, that dude just gets out there and gets it done. I mean, talk about bad people and bad or great people in bad systems. He was in Cleveland and Carolina. He's found his home in Tampa.
All over.
He goes out and fights, and he gets smacked down. He gets right up and gets in their face. I like the way he plays. I don't know if they're going to win the game, but that hook, like you mentioned, John, I think is going to come into play here.
I don't like it.
I'm going to go ahead and take Tampa Bay plus 3.5 at home. I think the Eagles might pull it out.
Got another hook for you coming up.
26-23 means Tampa covers. Give me the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Sean.
I'm kind of leaning the same way. Baker Mayfield just seems to keep getting it done week after week with his little magic. So I'm going to take the Buccaneers and the points.
Tommy, yes.
Philly, I know they're undefeated. They've looked good, but they've also been very lucky so far this year. And, our good friend Chris Hagan over there at Fox 59 Sports once said, take the home dog. So I'm going to take the home dog. I'm going to take those Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Hagan would be so happy, wouldn't he? He's getting quoted right now. That's awesome. I love
He's
that.
out there somewhere thumping his chest right now. Niners at home versus the Jaguars, 3.5-point favorites. The Niners just have a multitude of injuries to deal with right now. 3.5. I mentioned this is a hook that worries me too, but maybe not as much. I'm going to go ahead and lay that 3.5 and give me the Niners coming up this weekend at home. Brent.
I think we might have a chance to get Brock Purdy back, which I don't know that it matters or not.
Yeah,
Mac Jones has looked pretty good.
It seems like the Niners can beat teams like that, even when they're down players.
Absolutely right. Yeah. He's a good game manager, and Christian McCaffrey has looked like the Christian McCaffrey of 2023 and before, although last year he didn't because he didn't play much as he was my number 1 pick overall and was a complete flop. However, this is a new year. I'm going to go ahead and join you there, John. Give me San Francisco to get the win, 26-21, cover the 3.5, the 49ers.
John.
I'm a little nervous with Bosa being out, but I think the Niners are on a roll right now, whether it's Mac Jones or it's Purdy. I think they pull it out, so I'll take the Niners.
Tommy, yes.
Yeah, Nick Bosa, big loss out there.
Yeah,
you just don't replace a guy like that.
No.
He gets after it. But Jacksonville traveling to the Pacific time zone, they're not that good. San Francisco has been impressive. I'm going to take I'll give me that 3.5. Maybe I'll buy the hook.
Zero way, guys. The Chiefs start 1-3 and lose the second home game this early in the season at home, fellas. Chiefs get 2.5 points at the toilet known as Arrowhead Stadium against the Ravens coming up this weekend. Give me that 2.5. Give me the Chiefs at home, Brent.
Yeah, this Chiefs team is sloppy. They did get the win. Was it 22-6 or something like that last weekend?
22-9.
22-9. That's exactly what it was.
Not impressive against.
Not
the
impressive at all. And I really Baltimore. I'm more surprised about their play, sitting at 1-2. They've got all the weapons, and they just haven't put it together. I mean, they looked great against Buffalo, and they ended up getting beat. Then they didn't look really good against the Lions in that second half. They fell apart. I think they get it together here. I actually love this game. Give me Baltimore. Lay the 2.5. 27-23. They go in and win outright and cover the spread in Kansas City.
Sean.
I think the Ravens, outside of a couple of fumbles, probably would have a better record. So I think they'll pull it together. I think Derrick Henry will have another big game, and I'm going to go with the Ravens.
Tommy, yes.
They say that term goes around Super Bowl hangover.
Yeah.
And it looks like Kansas City's suffering that. But, Patrick Mahomes is missing what? Xavier Worthy, he's missed Rashid Rice. Suspension.
Yeah, a lot.
Does Patrick Mahomes come out of the gate 1-3?
No way.
I just don't see it. Give me, I'll take the home dog plus 2.5.
Larceny Bourbon Locks, Luna Azul to give the shots. Man, we saw the Bears really kick it into gear. Now they were playing the Dallas Cowboys and Matt Eberflus and the defense here. 1.5-point favorites at home in Vegas are the Raiders. Give me that 1.5 and give me the Chicago Bears this weekend, Brent.
Yeah, Bears look good. I don't know if they're maybe starting to get together. Caleb Williams looked good, and that's been the biggest thing. He's been kind of dragging down. You got Ben Johnson, I think one of the greatest offensive minds that's out there in the football world these days. The Raiders have been sloppy. I mean, they've been just super sloppy. They don't use Ashton Genty, who's supposed to be this stud that is supposed to be the guy doing it all. He's not even playing on third downs, and I still don't get it. I was watching the game the other night and just like, why are you not using your bell cow right there? And so for that reason right there, I just don't think they have it really clicking yet. I'm going to go ahead and take the Bears, as much as I hate to say that, because I just can't stand the Bears. I'm going to take the Bears plus the 1.5 and hope they get beat by 1. But that means they would cover the spread, but I think the Bears win 24-20. Give me the Bears.
Sean.
Dang it.
I think Caleb's starting to kind of get his own. He's getting some rhythm, looking good. I'm going to take the Bears.
Tommy.
Yeah, we're going to get to the Dallas Cowboys next. They just don't look good. And the Bears, they beat them pretty handily. I'm going to take those Raiders. I think the Raiders get it done this week.
I hope you're right.
And I just hate the Bears.
Yes, I do too. I hope you're right.
Sorry, Jim Roman.
Packers at Dallas. 7-point favorites on the road at Dallas. Packers bounce back. Lay the 7. Give me Green Bay. Brent.
I hope you're right on this one, man. That game last week was just ugly. Again, it's an attribute to the Cleveland Brown defense, what they were able to do. Packers were able to get 10 on the board, then they just crumbled, then they blocked field goals and interceptions and whatever happened. I still don't know. That's just unbelievable. However, the Dallas Cowboys are all banged up on defense. I think Green Bay goes out there and actually puts a statement game on them, and I think they put up some points. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. Total's 47.5. I love the over. Give me Green Bay. Lay the 7. Packers win 31-23. That means they cover the 7. Go, Pack. Go.
Sean?
I think Micah is going to put it on the Cowboys this week, and I think Green Bay is going to win big as well. So I'm with Packers.
Tommy?
Yeah, Micah's going to want to come out and tell Jerry Jones shove it. So, Dallas got torched by Caleb Williams. I'm not sold on that kid yet. I think Jordan Love's going to have a breakout game and have a good one. I'm going to lay those 7 points on the road. Give me Harvey's Packers.
Yeah, I'm going to do 2 in a row right here with you guys. Okay, then we'll get ready for the Rams and the Colts. Dolphins-Jets, 2.5-point favorites of the Dolphins at home. I don't think the Dolphins offensively have played bad recently. Lay that 2.5 and give me the Dolphins over the Jets. And the whole Bengals quarterback situation is just not going to work. 7.5-point favorites. The Broncos bred at home. Lay the 7.5 and give me Denver.
Ooh, a double shot here.
Double shot power.
All right.
Varsity bourbon, double shot power.
Miami and the Jets. If Justin Fields is back, changes the game, but I don't think he's going to be. I think it's going to be a Tyrod Taylor thing. However, Miami did look better. They have got some weapons, though. Again, we've talked about they are actually able to find it a little bit last week, but still they're 2-0-3 teams, right? This is not one of those pretty things. That's why they put lines on the game so we can bet on it and watch it. For that reason, I'm going to take the Miami Dolphins at home with you, John. Lay the 2.5. 27-20, Dolphins get the W. Then if we're double shotting it up, let's talk Bengals-Broncos here. Bengals, they just don't look very fluid right now. I mean, they're going to be struggling to find their way. Again, they got 2 of the best wide receivers in the game. Chase Brown, though, is about my biggest disappointment. That dude has not done anything this year. You got to get that run-pass thing going. I don't think they found it yet. Broncos, they're also struggling. However, I think this is a home game. It's awful high out there in the Mile High City. Give me the Denver Broncos, 31-21. Lay the 7.5. Broncos.
John?
I think the Dolphins kind of get their act together this week. I'll take the Dolphins, and then I agree that Bengals are going to struggle going out to Denver. I'll take Denver.
Tommy?
Give me those fish. Is Tyrod Taylor starting again? Is Justin Fields still out? Do we know? No, I don't think it matters, but yeah, give me the fish at home for their first win, and then my larceny lock of the week, Denver Broncos -7.5. I think they're going to have a heyday against that terrible Cincinnati team. So,
gotcha. All right, Rams and Colts in Southern California. We'll close it on this right here. The Colts are 3-0, played really well so far. That's great. Not turning over the football. Everybody's excited. This is going to be the biggest test so far. So 3.5-point favorites. The hook worries me right here a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to lay the 3.5. Give me the Rams 31-24 as a final at home in Southern California. The Colts lose for the first time this season. Brent?
I think it's going to be a great game. I mean, it really, truly is going to be a great test for the Colts to go on the road on a team like the Rams. The Rams have a lot of firepower. Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams. I mean, they got all kinds of stuff going on. Kyron Williams in the backfield. Watch out for Blake Corum. Blake Corum is another guy, if you're looking for a fantasy guy, I would look for a Lunazul double shot right there. But I'm going to go ahead and go against you here. Give me those hometown Colts here.
Nice.
Indianapolis Colts plus 3.5. I don't know that they win the game. I think it's a 27-24 Ram victory, but that means that half point comes into play. Colts get the cover.
Sean?
I think it's going to be a really, really tough test. The Rams look good, but it's hard to go against that home team at 3-0. They got a lot of offensive weapons looking good, so I'm going to take the Colts.
Colts, Sean, Tommy S.
Yeah, definitely a tough test. This will be their toughest test of the year so far. But I like those Colts.
Am I the only one that went with the Rams?
I like Daniel Jones right now.
I do too.
Good.
He is.
Rams run defense is good. Jonathan Taylor might struggle. We hope not. He's been the top running back all year. But I'm going to take the Indianapolis Colts in this game.
Hey, James, before we hit a break, who would you go with right now? Anybody with me on this?
Right now, I am leaning the Colts, but I might change my mind before Sunday comes. I'm kind of 50-50 on things right now.
Well, that doesn't work for a Thursday.
I remember the last time you went against everybody, you got the L there.
I did.
That was your 5-11 win.
Well, you look like you're hoping for that crap right here.
I kind of am. Sorry, John. Love you.
Larceny Bourbon Locks, Luna Zil Tequila Shot. Sean, you're going to rejoin us in a little bit too? Fuck up the place?
Possibly. Got to work a little bit.
All right.
He's
Well,
got to go clean the basement.
Tommy S. is going to hang around as well. Guys, we got Josh Downs coming up on the other side, the Colts wide receiver. Larceny Bourbon Locks, Luna's Old Tequila Shots. We'll rejoin and talk that up and get Josh on the show as well. And Mike Chappell after 5. Do not go anywhere. The stream, the app, HD Radio, and live at the legendary Slippery Noodle downtown. 93.5, 107.5, The Fan.
Good show, guys.
Thank you for joining us today. Behringer's Tavern downtown, South Meridian tomorrow. Bud Light Blue Friday, your chance to win tickets to the Raiders-Colts game. Meantime, Southern California, the destination, and he will be there. Colts wide receiver Josh Downs, who's kind enough to join us now on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. Josh, thank you for the time. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
3 games so far. How you feeling about yourself? How you feeling about your team? Because it has been some action-packed excitement to this point of the season.
Yeah, man, we're looking really good right now. Just want to keep that rolling. I think we're clicking on offense and defense, and only way to keep that going is keep practicing hard every day and individually taking care of your own business. So we just got to keep doing that.
You see that more than you have so far you've been here? I think you bring up a good point, Josh. Individually taking care of your business. Do you see that more throughout the landscape of your roster right now than you have in your first couple of years here?
I would just say, coach has been really hard on us this year and just making sure that we're taking care of the little things. So I feel like we're going out there, we're competing every day in practice. New DC has came in, gave us different looks throughout the off season. So it's helped us on offense learn and grow. And then we have great players all around. So when you get your shot, it's really important to take advantage of it.
It's got to be more healthy in a competitive angle to go out there and have more of a fire in practice, even if it is, Josh, against your own guys and your teammates, because I think that at least bits and pieces of that translate to what you're going to experience on game day, does it not?
No, it definitely does. When you're more competitive in practice, it warms you up for the game and makes the game a little easier because you're going against guys that see you every day. So they kind of know certain moves you might do or certain movements that the offense has. But in the game, it's the first time you see somebody in front of you. So all they have is tape on you. They don't really know exactly how you play physically in front of them.
Josh Downs of the Colts joins us again. 4:05 coming up on Sunday. The Colts pregame huddle with me begins coming up at 1 o'clock on Sunday afternoon for week number 4 against the Rams. Attention to detail is something you talked about. And I also have referenced this, Josh, as operational maturity. And I think there's a sense when you're a young player, some of the stuff you really, truly don't know until you have gone through it. Have you seen yourself mature in that capacity over these, especially in the last year or so, once you really start to recognize it and put it into your daily routine?
Yeah, just knowing how to take care of my body in certain situations. And then even on the field, knowing certain looks the defense might give, being able to recognize coverage better, and then knowing the offense better is very important. It's 3rd year in this offense, and definitely understand it more than I did my first year. So it just comes with time and experience.
How much more film do you watch than you have in the past?
I watch film just differently now. Like I understand more so what I want to watch, and much more self-scouting my own self nowadays, and watching the other team as well, but really focusing on understanding what I can do better and not just going through practice or going through a game and sitting in a film session and just not paying attention, but really, really like locking in on, okay, what do I need to do better, and getting into the real details each and every day and honing in on that so that when I do go out there in practice, I can work on those things, and then they come to fruition in the game.
Oh, hell. We got to go here. If you don't mind, indulge a little bit. Give me your latest self-evaluation in watching the film, because I find this interesting, and I'll tell you why in a second. But what have you seen, and how did you evaluate your game most recently when you watched?
There's just certain things I need to keep working on. I think that I'm a better player than I was the past few years, of course, just with experience and stuff. And then got a new coach that I work with in the off season, and he stays on me during the season and corrects me where I need to be corrected and doesn't let me slip in my technique. So there's those things I feel like are making me better. And then we got a deeper group this year, so I feel like when those opportunities do come, it's just time to really cash in on those opportunities and not let things go for granted.
So, Josh, I'm a big basketball guy, and it has been now the past couple of years when I've been told by coaches and those that have played to start watching more off the ball and see what you see. I was a ball watcher. I mean, I think fans are just in general a ball watcher, and it opens up a whole new world of what you love about the game. Is that kind of what you do with yourself? The ball may be someplace else, going absolutely someplace else, but you're watching your operation on film. Is that how you evaluate more now than ever?
Yeah, kind of similar to that. Just certain plays when you got to block, giving more effort. Certain plays when even if you're on a route that isn't getting the ball, running a good route, just to put it on tape and not just kind of just be back there messing around and taking a play off. No, but like taking every play like it could be your last. So I feel like that's a big thing that I'm trying to do this year.
Are you a ball watcher? When you watch, did you used to be a ball watcher when you watch sports in general, or do you watch off the ball, the action, especially like football or basketball and such?
I definitely am a ball watcher, but once I go back and look at the film, definitely looking more off the ball and seeing different things that are going on.
It's Josh Downs of the Colts again versus the Rams, Week 4 coming up at 4:05 on Sunday. How big has Reggie Wayne been in helping you out to get through all that you've gone through so far in your early career here?
Yeah, Reggie's a great help. He's played there, been there, done that. So that always helps having a guy who's actually been on the field in the position and done it at a high level. So there's certain things that you can ask him that you may not be able to ask other coaches who didn't play at this level. So I feel like that's the biggest thing, helping us, being able to give us like in-game scenarios that he did and give us that insight.
What's the what would be, I guess, not even a criticism, but coaching you up? What is the biggest attention to detail that he has talked to you about during the start of this season? Does anything stick out to you from Reggie's angle?
I mean, I don't want to like give away stuff for real, but I mean,
no, you could fake it if you want. You wouldn't fake it if you want.
He's given some coaching points to me, but yeah, he's given some coaching points to me. So I don't want to maybe somebody listening to this know what he told me, and then they're like, oh, now we're gonna look out for that. So
I hate to break it to you, but there ain't nobody listening to this probably with me. No, I'm just joking. That's just the tail of the tape on the show right here. No, and then listen, everybody is listening to it right here. I mean, I'm in Slippery Noodle downtown. It's a hell of a day. I find it interesting because it was kind of an awakening of sorts for me as a sports fan when I started watching other stuff than what is going on with the ball. And I think the coaching aspect of it, trying to, find out exactly what you guys are being told, especially on the fly, because I think hearing that, absorbing that, and then putting that to use in the game, especially with everything else, Josh, that is going on, has to be incredibly difficult and takes a higher level of maturation as a player.
No, it definitely does. You got to, I mean, obviously this is the highest level, so it's a lot of smart players in the building. Pretty much everybody has good football IQ. So it's going to be more detailed in the film sessions and on the field than ever before. But that's just what comes with the game at this level.
It's Josh Downs of the Colts with us. What do you think about the Rams in the second? Really overall defensively, but certainly what you're going to be seeing coming up in Week 4 in Southern California on Sunday.
Yeah, they got a great front. They got a pretty good secondary. And it's going to be a good challenge for us. They're a great team. Probably the best team we're going to play up to date. So I'm excited about that and excited to go out there and play on the West Coast and play a really good team. So that's what I'll say about that. Two good teams going at it this weekend.
You've got a pop coming up here, and I mean a pop for a big game. I've been talking about this week on the show. That my expectation is, and I know you got a lot of good teammates around you, and that's great for the team, but I am predicting a pop relatively soon from you. I don't know if you feel that way or not, but that's how I feel about your game. I'm expecting it here relatively soon.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I'm just gonna keep working it, but I do appreciate that. But trust, the work's being put in, and when it's time for that, it's time for that. But we winning right now, so we just gonna keep that going. But yeah, when it does happen, I'm gonna be all in for it and be thankful.
Well, you just think about me, especially if it happens on Sunday. Go, hey man, I was talking to this clown on the radio in the latter portion of the week, and he said something was going to pop. And hey, for once, this guy was right, which is good right here. So it'd be great. But that's my prediction right there. Hey, before I let you go, I did want to ask you this. I'm sure you've probably been asked this a number of times, and it's old and tired, and I apologize. But what's it like to be in an operational situation, huddle, post-huddle, pre-snap with Daniel Jones. What's it like playing with Daniel Jones in his first year as quarterback here?
Yeah, great player, very smart player as well. Like we were talking about earlier, just having that IQ. Like he's a guy that just understands the game, and it's just showing on the field right now. And yeah, I mean, he makes it easy on us. We don't have to really do a whole lot besides read the coverages during our route, but he sees it, and he's seeing it well right now.
All right. When you pop, all right, we'll reach back. I'll tell you what, if you have a popper, we'll reach back out next week and get you back on and make sure we stay in that groove. Okay, man? Seriously.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Yeah. So, hey, it's always a pleasure to have you on. Seriously. Well done so far with you and your team, and the best of luck in Southern California coming up on Sunday, Josh. Thank you for the time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Josh Downs on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. I feel it. And I wasn't going to bring up, there's some questions about Alec Pierce and concussion none of that. I just feel as if it is time. I feel as if it is time. Now, don't share with him my week 2 prediction numbers, because that probably wouldn't be a feel good for him. But I feel the time is Sunday. Significant poppage from Josh Downs, who's kind enough to join us on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. Brent Holverson rejoins in just a second. Larceny Bourbon Locks, Luna Azul Tequila Shots, Week 4 predictions, and more we have talked about, and we got you coming up on the other side. Brent rejoins from the legendary Slippery Noodle downtown. Thank you all for joining us. The stream, the app, HD Radio, the AAA Membership Lounge. Become a AAA member today. AAA.com to do that stat. 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
listen here. He's not the Messiah. He's a very naughty boy. Now go away.
93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
MGK Ruoff 2026. Who wants to go? Number 9 at 239-1070. You can go on us. We want to get you entertained. MGK, the former Machine Gun Kelly at Ruoff. 2026. Debs, the on-site engineer. James back in the studio. Tommy S. is here. Brent Halverson, Heaven Hill Distillery. Larceny Bourbon Locks. Luna Azul Tequila Shots Week 4. How you feeling, Brent?
I feel
better
great
about Josh Downs just coming on, too.
You know, that's awesome.
I love the Thursday Colts conversations we have.
I do, too. It really, again, they're looking great, and it's good to have a little bit of a good thing to talk about, right? And Josh Downs, I mean, he's a heck of a receiver out there, so it's going to be exciting to hear him talk. Looking forward to it.
Good day now. And what else? We got our picks in. Everything's good?
Everything's great. I actually have the pleasure. I'm taking off tomorrow to New York to go out to the Ryder Cup for a little Friday, Saturday, Sunday action out there.
You're going to see a lot of our good friends over there.
I know we have a couple out there, yeah.
I've got all these Sean's telling me stories.
About snow cone.
Yeah, about snow cone in particular right here. Yeah, I've heard all the stories.
You know what's cool, man, is so Elijah Craig, we are the official bourbon of the PGA for Ryder Cup, PGA Championship. And I've had the pleasure to go to the PGA Championship a couple times, and this will be my first Ryder Cup, so looking forward to that. You know what's tough, though? Being a diehard football fan is being not in front of TVs on Sunday. That's going to be my hardest thing. However, the good thing is, and this is the way that the great man upstairs works, he put the Packer game on at 8:15 Sunday night, so I'll be able to definitely nestle into a Packer bar in New York and show my colors, man.
Oh, man. So you Bethpage Black?
Yes, Bethpage Black.
So are you staying in Manhattan?
We're staying closer up to the Bethpage Black there, just a little.
Oh,
little
you're
way
staying
away.
out there. Snowcone's staying in Manhattan. So that's like an hour and a half.
Yeah, we're like 15 minutes away. Got a nice little host house where we go hang out. And we've got shuttles to and from each day. We've got a nice little, the big VIP veranda thing right on the 18th right there. So looking forward to it. Hopefully U.S. can get that trophy back this year. Looking forward to
Our
that.
guy Emax is here as well. Good to see Emax. I believe Antoine Bethe is in town this weekend. I think he's going to join us coming up in just a little bit as well. Coming up at the 5 o'clock hour, the former Colt safety. Tommy S. Brent, I'm John. We're at the legendary Slippery Noodle with Larceny Bourbon Locks, Luna Azul Tequila Shots, gear to give away, and free samples. We would love to have you here with us. But on the other side, the latest on injuries and such in Mike Chappell. CBS 4 on Fox 59. Don't go anywhere. It's 93.5, 107.5 The Fan.
Look up idiot in the dictionary. You know what you'll find?
Picture me?
No! The definition of the word idiot, which you f***ing are.
93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
Yeah, I didn't see this. Marte saves the day, takes back a home run ball. Reds win 2-1. Now we'll wait to see what the Mets and the Cubs do with Wrigley coming up later on tonight. And it'll be a tie for that final wild card spot if the Mets lose at Wrigley Field in Chicago later on tonight. Hey, welcome back. Josh Downs, Colts wide receiver a little bit earlier. Aaron Taylor, CBS, college football analyst also a little bit earlier on Larceny Bourbon Locks. Luna Azul tequila shots with Britt Holverson. You're going to the Ryder Cup. Is that tonight? Did you say you're leaving tonight?
Leaving tomorrow. First thing tomorrow morning.
Man, oh man. Bethpage Black for you.
Bethpage Black, yes. Looking forward to it. Get out there with the Elijah Craig folks. It was a nice little incentive that was out there. And
what's that incentive? To get hammered?
To get hammered, yes. So I won the incentive to get hammered. So
good, I like that.
Fortunately, I won't be getting hammered
too,
because we have a lot of our ownership and top execs will be out there. So myself and Lisa and Emily and John McGrew from Southern will be joining us. Did a great job with Elijah Craig. So that's what it's all about. We got to go out and celebrate a little bit of.
Let's shout out the Snow Cones. He's already out there.
Hopefully, I'll see Snow Cone out there. I'm going to call her Snow Cone too. I like the story Sean shared with us.
Probably listening right now as well. Hey, Tommy S is with us. This reminder: Win-Schuler Spreadability is sweeping Central Indiana for the 2025 football season once again. Hey, make sure you lock into the Win-Schuler Spreadability original sharp cheddar bacon and cheddar and jalapeno pepper. Win-Schuler's Spreadability in your favorite grocer's refrigerator today. Mike Chappell of CBS 4 and Fox 59 is on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. So, hey, Mike, I just talked to Josh Downs, Colts wide receiver. I feel as if his first pop of the season is coming up on Sunday at 4:05 or thereabouts. What say you?
Yeah, he's due. Again, people need to keep in mind, this is a guy that has more catches in his first two seasons than any Colt. And this is a franchise that has like Raymond Berry and Reggie Wayne and Marvin Harrison. So he's due. It's just been a function of how the offense is working. Right now it's working with Tyler Warren and Michael Pittman and Jonathan Taylor running. So he's going to get his. He's in that sweet spot over the middle and those underneath routes that are going to be there. And, yeah, one of these games he's going to have, 11 targets and 7 catches and, 80, 90, 110 yards. So the hard part for all these guys, receivers are gosh, I hate to use the word selfish, but they all want the ball. They just Reggie wanted the ball when Marvin was getting the ball. So I think it asks a lot of these guys to sort of wait your turn and be patient. But I think that's how it's going to be, and he's so due to go off, and I won't be surprised when he does.
To Mike Chappell of CBS 4 on Fox 59 on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. I'm assuming it would be good if he did go off. It would be this weekend, considering the circumstances we view right now with Alec Pierce. Let's start right there with this offense that has been fantastic. No turnovers first 3 weeks. That's something that you're going to have to certainly maintain against the Rams coming up on Sunday. But I'm just taking, for example, there's going to be no Alec Pierce. There's going to have to be a significant step up somewhere on this team offensively.
Yeah, and that's A.D. Mitchell. We've talked early in the year and even before the season how with all these with this deep set of skill players, which includes Tyler Warren, there's going to be guys that have to wait. And A.D. Mitchell's kind of that guy because he's the fourth receiver. He just is. And he'll be the guy that if Pierce is out, then A.D. kind of takes that spot. If Pierce goes out or if Downs or Pittman go out, he sort of steps into their spot. So, and he's got deep ball capabilities. He had that one at Tennessee where it was a jump ball and he got a 30 or 40-yard DPI. It's not a catch, but it's the yards are the yards. But, yeah, he and I've got decent I've got decent confidence. He had another good camp. He's played well. He's by this time and made some good catches. So
if he's been getting 2 or 3 targets a game, he should get 4, 5, or 6 this week, just because Pierce is such an integral part of this offense. And we always, wrongly call him a one-trick pony for the deep balls. He's really shown a more deeper repertoire in his route running. So this is a good chance for AD.
Mike Chappell, who joins us now. What's been, I know we talked about the quarterback, you talked about Jonathan Taylor, all that in mind. What's been most impressive to you during this start for the Colts being 3-0?
Probably Daniel Jones. And again, I've got to find a better way to describe it. He's not a game manager, but he's managing the offense expertly. Game managers sort of just are out there handing the ball off and throwing 8-yard passes. That's not what he's doing, but he's playing at such a high level of efficiency. I think it was Shane Steichen told us that, he's a guy that's going to find receptions. God, he's like 71%, and it's like 9.3 yards an attempt. I think only Lamar Jackson's higher. His career high is 6.8. So, while he's working the ball underneath really well and getting Taylor heavily involved, he's still taking his shots, run after catch because of his ball placement. So I guess what I said, and I sort of think this is an offense that can travel, because I just don't think they're doing anything out of the ordinary. They're just running the plays, they're executing. And, at some point they're going to have a turnover because, stuff happens. But this is like the franchise record for most consecutive games without a turnover is 4. So in a season. People forget they didn't have a turnover in the last game last year, so they've had 4 straight games. But they're like 24-3 in the last 27 games without a turnover. So it's not. This isn't rocket science. The most telling stat as far as winning and losing is turnover ratio. Well, I think the three teams don't have a turnover. It's the Colts, Tampa Bay, and Buffalo. They're all unbeaten. Well, duh. So I like the way Jones is playing, because I don't think he's doing anything that he doesn't have the capabilities to do, and it should lend itself to continuing.
So the Colts have scored in 77% of their offensive possessions this season. That's 20 of 26. The most of any team after 3 games in 45 years. It's weird how we go through all these eras, whether you're talking about Luck or Manning, and right. This is what we're talking about with this offense and its firepower so far. It's pretty amazing, Mike.
Well, and again, 103 points to start a season. I just would have thought Peyton would have done that. This goes back to like 1967. So that's what's crazy. And I wrote about it last week, and I think that this is like the old perfect storm with Daniel Jones getting a very good offensive line, and you pair him with a running back. Remember, he had Saquon Barkley back in 2022 when the Giants made the playoffs. So they're not asking Jones to do extraordinary things. Do your job. It's like Rick Venturi and I always talk. Make those 6 or 7 or 8 plays that a quarterback has to make. And whether it was that 3rd and 6 or 3rd and 7 to Pierce against Denver, whatever. So but you're right. They're doing things that the Manning teams didn't do. It's too bad that like, let's say they win Sunday. I don't think they do against the Rams, but let's say they do. Well, they're 4-0 for the first time since 2009. Everything stops at 2009 on streaks because they won their first 14. So it sort of kind of stops your the longest since. But only if I'm pretty sure I've checked this 3 or 4 times. In the era, only 2 quarterbacks have opened the season at least 4-0, and it's Harbaugh and Manning. So for Jones to be adding that group, primarily Peyton, because after the Harbaugh's team started 4-0, they sort of went in the dumpster for a while. But it's just it's just pretty impressive what they've done. And we talked, again, the first half of the season, doggone it, it's just conducive to getting off to a good start and doing something. And then you've got Houston, wetting the bed every week, which is helping quite a bit. So this is a chance to set things up. I think every time the Colts have started 3-0 in Indy, they've made the playoffs, and that's because you only play used to be 16, now 17 games. I'll diverge, but as a Reds fan, they're in position to earn a playoff or a wild card, and then they lose 2 games at home to Pittsburgh. Well, there's only like 3 games left, but at least in the NFL, you've got a chance to kind of recover. But getting off to a 3-0 start, holy smokes, it just makes things easier. You go to the Rams, tough game, and then you're home against, the Raiders in Arizona? 2 games again that you're going to be favored in, and so it's there if they take care of business. I kind of thought this is a game they would lose because the Rams are decent. Although if they go out there and win this week, I won't be surprised. I just won't. The defense I'm concerned about. Not having Kenny Moore is a big deal. It really is. But offensively, they'll probably be without Matt Gonsalves, a right guard. He didn't practice again today with a toe injury. Dalton Tucker would probably step in. But the offense is, and of course Pierce. But it's just playing well, and there's a lot of talk about, well, what's different, accountability and all that stuff. They're just playing well. And this is a perfect example that when you get good quarterback play, you can do good things. Now, if you get great quarterback play, like with Peyton and those guys, you can do some really good things. But right now, they're getting as good a quarterback play as you could ever have expected from Jones. And all of a sudden, people are putting him in the MVP talk. Now, it's very, very early, but no one ever thought when Shane Steichen picked Jones over Richardson that they'd say, maybe he's going to be in the MVP talk. Not a chance, but so far so good. I like the way they're playing, and I think it's got a chance to continue.
So Mike Chappell with us. Before I let you go, Kenny Moore, what do you think is the longer-term situation for him? Whenever we hear calf and Achilles and those relatables around here, that's not good and not good whatsoever. What are you thinking about the longer term for the Colts defensive back?
Yeah, when you hear Achilles, you think of Tyrese Halliburton laying on the floor, pounding the floor. Shane Steichen has mentioned that right now they're not talking or they're not considering IR. I just, from being around this, I won't be surprised if come Friday or Saturday they put him on IR because of the Achilles. You just don't mess with that and give him a chance to really let that thing heal, whatever level of injury it is. If you're going to be a good team, if you're going to play into November, December, and January and in meaningful games, I'd much rather have Kenny Moore in December and January than risk it. So when they said Achilles, I thought, and when I heard calf injury, my mind defaulted to an Achilles. And I again, maybe they don't put him on IR, which, again, that's 4 games. It's not the season, it's 4 games. It would give him a chance to not push it. Because Kenny Moore is going to push it because that's who he is. That's who players are. I won't be surprised at all if IR happens over the weekend.
There it is, Mike Chappell of CBS 4 and Fox 59. Good to see you, brother. Always good to have you here. Mike Wells is going to make his triumphant return to the show coming up tomorrow. How excited are you about that?
I wouldn't say very excited. I'm kind of excited. Mike's a great guy. He's found life after the NFL, so good for him.
Yes. Hey, Mike, I appreciate that. Enjoy the game in Beech Grove this weekend. We'll do it again next Thursday. Thank you.
You guys be well.
Mike Chappell of CBS 4 and Fox 59. I believe Antoine Bethe, before the end of the show, is going to join us here live at the Slippery Noodle. That's where we are here. Indianapolis downtown with Brent Halverson and Tommy S. Brent with our Larceny Bourbon Locks. Luna Azul Tequila Shots for week number 4.
Week number 4, John. pretty quick, right? Just moves pretty fast, and we get a nice little sample size now to look at and kind of dissect these games a little bit. I know we had some good diverse picks up here today, so it's always going to be fun to see what comes of that. But Sean, awesome. The owner, one of the owners.
That is Sean. Good to see you, pal.
Pleasure, my friend.
Sean,
Thank you.
Good to see you. We got the snow cones out of him, which is outstanding
is
right
out
there.
in New York. I'm going to see snow cones this week. I'll tell Snow Cone I said hello, and you said hello as well. He sent her a pic of us, too.
She won't be talking to me ever again.
That's outstanding.
That.
She's great. No, but hey, week 4's in the books, or coming up, right? Week 3's in the books. We got our picks made. We got, like I said, a lot of diversity out there. This is where the things start to kind of mount up a little bit. We're going to see a lot of these lines start to alter and change as Vegas always seems to know what people are betting on. That always adjusts the line plus or minus on those points. We've seen a lot of point changes here. A couple road dogs. We got a lot of road dogs out there this week. I mean, it's pretty much we got 3, 4. We got 7 dogs out on the slate of 16.
Have you done Notre Dame and Arkansas? Because I know Arkansas is even on the season, but where Notre Dame is right now, it's kind of troublesome given that is an early Saturday start in Fayetteville on the road for the Irish.
Yeah, that's, you know what, Notre Dame has not impressed me. Like they have not they've not put it together yet. And they're an 8-point favorite? Did I look at?
Yeah,
I looked at earlier. I'm not sure if that's what it was. I don't have the line down here. I think it was something like 8 points. I mean, you gotta like them. You gotta like them to go in, but they just haven't been. They haven't put on that statement game yet. I know Tommy was up there with Mr. Nally and friends at game a few weeks back, right there. What do you think?
Did you guys go to A&M?
Notre Dame Fire?
You and Nally?
Yeah, we went. Went up there and watched the A&M game, and well, I tell you what, Notre Dame's defense did not look good.
Nah, they're getting
their
worked.
offense was great, but man, their defense was bad. So I don't. If I'm betting on, I might take Arkansas.
4.5 point favorites on the road in Fayetteville is what it says right in front of me right here.
More
63.5 is the
You're
over.
walking into SEC territory.
Yes.
I mean, it's brutal.
Arkansas is disappointing, but I mean that is a home. You know, that's something that they're looking forward to in Fayetteville.
And Notre Dame, they have been real impressive.
Walmart's going to be empty in Fayetteville. Arkansas coming up on Sunday, man. 2-2, and listen, Arkansas's not been anything great, but I think you guys are talking about the Notre Dame defense is really troublesome because they can't lock down anybody. Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough, especially in college. I mean, in pros as well, but college football, that home team has a lot of merit. Those fans get loud and proud, especially when you have a group like Notre Dame coming, right? Like that's
everybody wants to beat. They see Notre Dame in that jersey. They want to beat you.
Everybody is out for you. And it's going to be tough. I mean, it really is. I think Notre Dame gets the cover, but I'm not going to lay off. I'm going to lay off of it because I don't know. I've seen enough of it yet to happen. I'll tell you the game. It's a little bit kind of concerning to me. However, I still lean heavily on IU because the way they've looked. They've looked the part, right? But you're going into Iowa.
And you have that unknown because it's a road trip.
It's a road trip. It's a tough place to play. That Iowa defense we were talking about a little bit earlier with Aaron is. They have been their defense is strong. So I don't think we're not going to see 63, 72 points. It's going to be like a 30 to 24 game. That's what scares me.
I will say this: IU has answered the unknown bell so far. Unknown start of the season. You don't know an Old Dominion who has looked pretty good as an opponent.
They won at Virginia Tech.
Yeah, I mean. They look good in that.
And
so they answered that question.
IU didn't beat Old Dominion by more than, 12 points or so, right?
And they beat the hell out of
14.
They beat the hell out of everybody they're supposed to beat the hell out of. And then the unknown was, you got a top 10 team coming in the first time in 38 or so years, and they put up a 6-3 spot on them. So they've answered the question. They've answered the bell every single time. And honestly, I think now we're in a spot to where you expect that from them. In Iowa, we'll see after the bye week what they look like in Eugene, Oregon against Oregon. And Oregon's got Penn State coming up this weekend in Happy Valley in a battle of top 10 teams. But IU's answered the call every single time so far.
They have, and you mentioned that, John. I was going to say that, too. That look-ahead thing gets in the way a lot of times, right? You're going to play number 6 Oregon coming up right afterwards.
I get caught up in that all the time.
So teams, right? You can't look past that team that's in front of you that week, right?
And I think Cignetti does a good job with that.
He absolutely does.
Yeah. You see him last week. I think they scored like their 8th touchdown.
And he
of the
was
game.
mad.
He was mad.
Yes.
He's like, no, that's not the play I called.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it was. He's never happy.
He is not happy.
And that's the kind of coach you want.
It absolutely is.
We're only up by 53 points, but I'm not happy right now.
I said the same thing. Lisa and I were sitting there watching the game. I'm like, she's like, really, you want to watch this? I'm like, yeah. Look at Signetti right now. They're up 50 points, and he's mad, right? Like but that's what
somebody
you
didn't do their
want.
job.
That's
and
right.
He saw something he didn't like.
He saw that. He saw that.
And then guarantee he pulled that kid aside and said, hey, you did this wrong.
This dude is different than anybody that they've ever had.
Oh, 100%.
He is.
And honestly, what he has done for this program,
it's incredible.
Is incredible.
And just his first year, who would have thought somebody could come in from a mid-major and turn around the culture at IU, which has just been an awful football program for how many years? I mean,
and he had the pick of the litter and who he wanted to come with him, which made a big statement right away. But again, when you do stuff like that, look now that you got. We got just the portal, right? Like people are looking at IU now.
Yeah.
They've got their eye on IU. Never would have thought about IU in the past at all.
Never.
So
he's got a formula too. He's got a formula of going out and getting veteran quarterbacks, just like he did at James Madison. Got a formula on scheduling. And then he understood you bringing a quarterback in that was chased around like crazy a year ago at Cal. You solidify your offensive line. I mean, he's got a formula that in this case wins so far.
And hey, Mendoza Jr., he's not bad either.
He looks good.
Guys,
he's refreshed.
We might have a little, Marcus moves on, and then little brother takes over. And
Get the old family affair going down. That's Tommy S. and Brett. I'm John at 239-1070. Jake, or I should say Jay, not Jake, but Jay is going to jump on the show right now. Jay, welcome in. How are you, buddy?
Hey, John. It was great seeing you guys out at District Tap last week. And being I played on the tennis team in North Central for 3 years, 2 years on the reserve of the state championship, I wanted to know how you think pickleball differs from tennis, having first played it yesterday.
To me, hey, Jay, man, it's like a cross between tennis and ping pong to me. Because you get kind of the same, I think you get the same paddle management as you do in ping pong, but some of these same moves on the court as you do in tennis. So it's kind of a cross between them both. It's weird how quickly, I hadn't played tennis in a long time, but it was weird how quickly it all came back. But, with tennis, you get the longer racket and more court space. But with pickleball, you kind of get more. I played doubles, and I kind of like to play singles to see if I'm more comfortable on the court by myself. But, I mean, it all kind of came back to me. It felt great yesterday.
The biggest adjustment for me is the serve. You're taking the tennis serve going from high to low, and instead you're going from low to high in pickleball.
Yeah.
Serve.
Yeah, well, I mean, and the serve.
Difference for me.
I just, and Jay, thank you for the call. I don't think the serve, it's funny, I don't think the serve is that much of a weapon as it can be in tennis. But, yeah, it kind of felt like I had my Prince racket back when I was in Vincennes and you're number one. And I took the number one, the German dude named Garrett. I took him to 5 sets in our class tournament. And he was the number one at Vincennes right then.
Hey, you just said something that really made me.
Garrett. I think his name was Garrett.
That too, but
Garrett. I took Garrett to 5 sets.
You mentioned racket management.
Management.
That's pretty impressive. That sounds very official.
Well, I mean, it's funny because there's a lot more to it in tennis, but with the pickleball, I mean, I can put a lot more spin on it with a backhand or a forehand because it's like a ping pong paddle.
Are you used to a shorter racket then?
I think I feel more comfortable with it, yeah. I work with a shorter racket. There's no doubt about that.
Well, there's a lot to be said about it,
right?
right?
My basement work is done with a shorter racket.
Well, yeah, as we were talking earlier, right? That whole ping pong thing comes into play. So you say you can get a little action on it, right?
Yeah.
Like ping pong, you have the traction, though, to be able to get that backspin on it or topspin if you want it. I mean, were you using that kind of – I saw some videos on Facebook, man.
It took me a minute to get used to it, but yeah.
You were giving that little cover.
You saw. Yeah, I mean,
you look good.
You bring it all back.
Yeah, that's it, man. I love it. We might have to get a pickleball tourney going on.
I wouldn't mind it if we can do that too. Pickle on pin. Thank you guys up there again. Kelly and Steve for having us yesterday. It was outstanding. Brent and Tommy S. rejoins us, the legendary Slippery Noodle downtown. Week 4, Larceny Bourbon Locks and Luna Azul Tequila Shots. We shall see James I think Antoine Bethe is going to be, I'm hoping. I thought he was going to be here tomorrow. He may be here today. We shall see. We'll play it by ear. Come back with you at 239-1070 on the other side. The text line 317-239-1070. Week 4, Seahawks Cardinals later on tonight, Thursday Night Football. The Colts on the road in Southern California. Got you covered on that. Live from the Slippery Noodle, 93.5, 107.5 The Fan.
with JMV.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
Matthew, are you asking me something right here?
Yeah. I told Gritty I probably wouldn't get on air, so there's only 30 minutes left.
All right, you want me to say something to Gritty right here? All right. Gritty's a good friend of the show. Gritty's going to play the Harris Region Park race of the day. She's in? All right, then. Matthew is here. I know that both our good friend Amp Harris, former Colts, I see him right there, safety. Antoine Bethe is on the way here, too. Get over here. Tommy S. is here with the legendary Slippery Noodle, everybody, too. Thank you for joining us. If you got your eye on some of our gear, we got it for you right here. Come hither, my friends. Dev's the on-site engineer. James back at the studio. Behringer's on South Meridian on a Bud Light Blue Friday. That is coming up tomorrow. We've got Heart tickets. That's coming up in March. Fisher's Event Center, number 9 at 239-1070. You're going to go see Heart's Fisher's Event Center coming up on, I think, March the something or other, but it's in March.
Antoine?
Hey, Amp, Antoine, go ahead and sit down here.
Welcome,
You
fellas.
can
Good
sit
to have
down or
you here,
stand.
man.
Hell,
Good
do
to have
whatever
you.
you
Hop on
guys
up,
want.
Get some headsets there.
Make sure we got headsets going on here. We got Amp Harris. We got the former Colts safety, the awesome Antoine Bethe, who is joining us now. Guys, how we doing?
Doing good.
Welcome.
Look at you back in town. Where do you live normally?
Charlotte, North Carolina.
Well, son of a gun right there.
Welcome home, my friend. Welcome home.
It. Always good to get back.
We were trying to do that tomorrow, but you're getting out of town later on today. Hey, Amp, what are we doing in town with Antoine this weekend? It's a big deal, right?
Yeah, well, today we had a mental health symposium with Antoine Bethe and Greg Oden over at Warren Central High School, talking to high school kids. The importance of protecting their mental health. So that was the most important thing. And tomorrow, Antoine is being honored for the work he's done on the football field at the Circle City Classic Coaches Luncheon.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's well done. Now, did Amp get you in town because his daughter goes to Howard? Is that how that works?
Not at all, but that's always a good.
That's a good connection.
For sure.
Great
connection.
Man, your daughter's so going to outkick all the coverage there.
Hey, look,
she's looking awesome.
The crazy thing is she's now working for the NFL Players Association.
Oh, man.
Wow.
You're kidding me.
She's at a senior at Howard, and she's working for the NFL Players Association.
That's so great.
And she's surrounded by all of these uncles that played in the NFL.
That's outstanding.
Oh, man. So, what do you think about this Colts of the season, Antoine, so far from what you've seen?
Looking good, man. Got to keep it rolling, man. First off, I'm excited to see Daniel Jones playing the way he's playing. You know, his rookie year was my last year in the league when I was in New York.
Yeah.
And when he came in as a rook, I thought he had all the tools to be a good quarterback, you know. But unfortunately, in New York, we won't touch on that. But
I think that's called that ain't working.
But what the Colts are doing right now, man, they look good. I can't even say playing complimentary football because that would be offense, defense, and special teams. Special teams haven't really been out there that much, you know, besides the field goal.
Yeah, no doubt. One time.
One
punt, yeah.
But offense and defense, the guys look good.
They haven't turned the ball over yet. That's the incredible stat to me.
A winning formula.
They'll probably turn it over 5 times.
Yeah, don't say that. It's like the announcer kid.
But that has been amazing. And, you look at that and look at Saquon Barkley and what he accomplished once he got out of there.
Yep.
That may be the tell of the tape right there.
Hey, man, just...
Sound like something you was just saying in the car.
What were you saying in the car, Antoine?
Literally what you just said.
I got to know what you were saying in the car.
I mean, literally what you just said is what he said. Maybe it's not the players.
That is great. I thank you, man.
Thanks,
thank
Grant.
you very
Good
much.
to see you, brother.
I appreciate that. A little Stella for us right there.
Yeah.
How
about
that? Where's everybody going
Grant
to see
Beaumont?
Antoine coming to
So tomorrow again at the Coaches Luncheon at Lucas Oil Stadium at 11 o'clock, he'll be honored for, again, just all of his stuff that he's done on the football field.
Such a good dude.
Oh, my God. And so I've been trying to get him, and it's perfect fit because when you think about Circle City Classic and the whole HBCU connection,
Yeah.
to have somebody who graduated from an HBCU,
Right.
The number of players that went to HBCUs is very limited when you think about the amount of years the NFL has been in existence. So he is something that you would look at as a royalty from HBCU as it relates to the accomplishments that he's had on the football field.
Hey, Antoine, when you came out of Howard, people looked at you as a long shot. Did you view yourself that way?
Not at all. Not at all. I felt like, I could play ball. But again, I said this to the when we was on the on the panel today, is that I just wanted the opportunity. I think that's what anybody wants in life, is just an opportunity. The Colts gave me that opportunity, and I just ran with it.
What is outstanding, and I still kind of look at the day when you left as not a good day.
It's part of the business.
Yeah.
It was definitely heartbreaking to watch you leave the Colts. And you went out to,
they didn't realize
San
how
Francisco.
much you had left in the tank right there. And sometimes that's a part of the evaluation that dudes get wrong, man.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is. It is what it is, man. I had 8 great years here. And it was, you look at it, glass half full, half empty.
Yeah.
I was able to travel the world, go to San Fran, go to Arizona, go to New York, but definitely would have been a situation I would have loved to stay here.
And a Super Bowl champion here in Indianapolis, too. So awesome, man.
What better way to come into the league? Your rookie year, you're a Super Bowl champion.
Can't beat that, right?
At all.
I think you get to hang around with this guy right here.
That's the main man right
That's
there.
legend. He's a damn legend
Amp
right
knows,
here.
he knows everybody in town. I'll tell you what, man. You want to meet somebody? Call Amp. He got you, man.
Well, it
He
depends
got the
on
plug.
depends on what you're calling for.
There's no doubt. Hey, how long has Circle City Classic been going on?
This is the 41st year.
That's incredible.
I mean, it's a staple in the community. And when you think about like the tradition of classics around the country, and that's again when you think about players like Antoine, who's played in many classics coming from a HBCU school, to be able to come back to Indianapolis and be honored in a city that you won your Super Bowl championship ring in, the city that drafted you. So it's one of those things that I look at it because the space that we live in. Back in the day when Twan was coming up as a football player, you were intentional, and that's what he was talking about today. Him and Greg Oden were talking about how they were so intentional about studying the plays and watching certain players and asking a million questions to learn how to become a professional at this sport. Now we live in a society where content is more important than intent. So for us to be able to have players like him come back to the city, it's something that was dear to my heart. I've been on Twan for like the last 2 years. Bro, I need you to come back. Bro, I want you to come back. I want to honor you. But it wasn't necessarily all about what you did on the football field with the Colts, but it's also about your legacy of coming from a small school where you're told you won't ever be able to accomplish this, and that. And now you're talking about a guy, college graduate, just went into the Hall of Fame. So people don't understand he is the image that I would like to put up, when you have the big name players, no disrespect to my brother Reggie Wayne, but the cards were laid out for him. You know what I mean? Going to a huge school like the University of Miami, you kind of knew you got a head start. But from somebody who literally had to get it out of the mud, as we would say in the hood, like Antoine did, and still you look at him now, 14 years in the league, he's the poster child of what I would like to show in front of especially young black boys and girls. Like, it doesn't matter where you start, is where you finish.
Man, I never have good dialogue like that, Anthony. You're lucky I let you on here because you're so much better than me. That pisses me off. I will say this. I will say this. I mean, everybody's been around you, Antoine. It's been incredible. What Jim Irsay, the impact Jim Irsay had on you, mean to you?
Man, just the way he ran the organization, right? And the way when he was around people, the feeling that they had as well. You know what I mean? Because, again, owner, sometimes the personality of an owner could be offsetting sometimes just because, I'm the big wig, but it wasn't like that with Mr. Irsay. So again, even when I came in town to celebrate his life, just to see the guys and just to see the impact that he had on not just his players, not his family, but the entire community.
What do you got going on today? Charlotte, North Carolina, what's happening there?
Man, I got 3 little ones that I'm running behind, all in sports.
We're going to play some safety, are we?
So right now, my middle one, he's playing linebacker and running back. So
How old? How old are your kids?
9. My daughter's 12. I got a 9 and 5-year-old, my boys. So staying busy with that. And then back home in my hometown, open up a community center. So that's something that I did. You know, obviously I've been doing a lot of work with my foundation throughout the years, but the Safe Haven Empowerment Center in Newport News, Virginia. So that's something that's giving back to the community.
I can't wait till that day we come back and your name goes up there in the ring.
Man, I hope so.
It better damn well happen.
I hope so.
I think about that era all the time, and it's funny. You get past it, and people embrace Super Bowl 41, and people always say, well, you know what, they should have had more. I said, you know how hard it is to get one like that in this market? Especially, Amp, you were here at the outset. I mean, it was like the Colts were a punchline at the outset, and then they finally turned into something that was legitimate, and we saw what winning was really about.
And that's what we look at now. You know, we want to compare the glory years. And so ever since that year from the Super Bowl on, every team and every player that comes in after that, they're unfairly judged. You know what I mean? Like if you're a safety, every safety has to be like Antoine Bethe or Bob Sanders. Yeah. If you're a wide receiver, you got to be like Reggie and Marvin. If you're a quarterback, you got to be like Peyton. So it's really a tough situation, but to be able to be around an organization like I have and the players to be able to see the growth from like a Eugene Daniels, who played for the Colts as a safety back in the day, looking at Bill Brooks and watching him. Me and John Hand were together a couple weeks ago talking to him about looking at the organization. Oh,
Harvey
my God.
comes to mind, too.
Yeah. So when you think about, and I'm fortunate because I was through all of those eras. I'm telling my age right now, but I was able
because you look like you're 28. That pisses me off, too.
You look like I feel.
I don't know why I let you on this show because you piss me off so much.
In a good way.
I mean, you look young and you sound great, and I don't have any of that. Dang. Darn it.
Well, they don't know my past. You know my past as a radio guy, so it's all good. Like, so I could do this. But now, I mean, when you think about, like even yourself, the legacy of the sports in Indianapolis, it kind of goes hand in hand. And if you don't have people who are passionate about our sports, it's really tough to tell people the true story of what we had to go through. Yeah. So sitting here during this remote, and Twan being here, and then knowing
Nancy Irsay's passing, or no, I should say Nancy Leonard's passing yesterday. Jim Irsay's passing back in the spring or something.
It's tough, and I represent Mr. Irsay everywhere I go. I keep him right here on my heart because I got a chance to really get to know the person.
Yeah.
And, when you think about Indiana Black Expo, we were able to honor him a couple years ago, and there was something Mr. Irsay never really did. He never went for public gratification. But like I told him, my thing was, Mr. Irsay, I wanted to recognize you for the things that people did not know, the things that they did not see. Yes, it's easy because you're an owner, you're a billionaire, all of those things. But when you think about the philanthropic work of him as an owner and the things that he's done and what he meant to the city, I parallel it to like players like Antoine, who during that era, Reggie, Antoine, Marlon Jackson, Gary Brackett, all of those guys, man, that I watched make sure that our city was represented very well. And if we can get just an ounce of that from these guys today, then I know we're doing the right thing. So kudos to Mr. Irsay and the Irsay family for recruiting and drafting real quality guys.
Very my hero, put too, man.
My hero.
Thank you.
And Paris. Antoine, good to see you.
Always,
thanks for coming back this weekend. We'll see you again soon. Antoine Bethe and Paris.
Thank you.
Quick break. We'll come back to the Slippery Noodle, man. This is awesome to have these guys here right here. We've got the Harris Hoosier Park Race of the Day, 50 in betting, 50 in dining. Harris Hoosier Park Racing and Casino in Anderson. Here it is, your Harris Hoosier Park Race of the Day.
And I'm not normal.
93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
And welcome back to Harris Leisure Park Race of the Day. Hey, James, you sent me this, and accurately so, but my iPhone is unavailable. Try again in a minute because I tried to hit my code in there too many times, and it won't let me in. I'll give the winner coming up in a minute. And why don't you go ahead? Can you say it? The Harris Leisure Park Race of the Day winner?
Our winner for the Harris Leisure Park Race of the Day is Eric Maxwell. The winning horse was Country Carrots.
That's E-Max. E-Max is here, buddy. Way to go, buddy.
Yeah. Country Carrots paid $2.80 on a $2 bet. The $2 exacta was $13.60, and the 50-cent trifecta was $11.35. That's the Harris Leisure Park Race of the Day.
There it is. Tomorrow again, we'll do it from Marriage's Tavern on South Meridian, downtown, your Harris Leisure Park Race of the Day. Hey, Amp, you and Antoine mount up again. We'll close it out with you. Brent Halverson, Tommy S. is here. Heaven Hill Distillery, Larceny Bourbon, Locks, Noodle, Tequila Shots. Brent, you're on your way to Bethpage Black tomorrow, right?
Heading out to New York for the Ryder Cup tomorrow. Looking forward to that. It's going to be a little bit rainy tomorrow, but Saturday, Sunday look beautiful, and looking forward to getting a chance to go to Ryder Cup. I mean, that's kind of a once-in-a-lifetime deal, right? Go out and have some fun and hopefully see the U.S. bring the cup back home. And, we're going to hopefully represent well tomorrow.
Well, I'm going to Center Grove and whipping some ass and hoop later on.
Well, that's kind of the same but different.
I want to go.
That's the same
Why
but
don't
different.
you? Seriously, you can go.
Okay.
I'm in. Antoine, you hoop? Come on, man. I'll take you. I'll take you to Center Grove. We'll go down there and whip some ass later on tonight. Those Southsiders need their ass whipped.
What time?
9 o'clock. Can you do 9?
That's tonight?
Tonight.
I'm probably going to pass.
No, come on, man.
Well, I'm going to smoke a cigar.
You can wear what you got on right now and still smoke those guys. Seriously.
Give me a stick, watch the game.
There you go.
Oh, I forgot it's Thursday night football.
Come on, Antoine. You're going to post somebody.
No.
Let me ask you this. What do you like tonight? We got a good game tonight. I mean, that's going to be an interesting game. You got Seattle and Arizona.
Divisional rivals.
Seattle's a 1.5-point favorite. We do a little bit of picking on this show. So
I'm gonna go. I'm going to go AZ.
Yeah, there's my man right there. Chirp.
On my team right there.
I'm going to go AZ.
He likes Kyler. He likes Barvin Jr.
That's it. That's why I'm going to go AZ also.
All right. Amps too? All right.
Only because of Marvin Harrison Jr.
The ball's got to start coming in his direction a little bit at some point, doesn't it?
Yeah, Kyler, you got to find your man.
Yeah, they said he went from a wide receiver to a safety. He's been lifting weights a lot.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Marvin Jr. Diesel like you.
He put together.
Yeah, he got guns now.
They have not utilized him enough yet this year. Like, he has so much talent. Got to get him more involved. I hope to see it tonight.
Yeah, I hope they decide they want to trade him so Reggie Wayne can coach him up.
Hey, come on, Disney. We'd love to have you.
Brad, that'll be a good idea.
I like it, man. I like what you think.
We think about the legacy of Jim Irsay. He'd be looking down, being all excited about that right there. Sure. Oh, my goodness.
See, that's why you're good at what you do, JMV. See how you put that together?
Yes. Now, why don't you go play? I can't believe you guys aren't going to go with me tonight. That'd be great.
I just realized
we'd own some floor
Thursday night football, man, and Antoine and Reggie Wayne, they got to get their little sticks in.
Well, they can play too.
No, they got to smoke cigars, man, and watch football.
I guarantee you can smoke cigars and still win.
You know the funny thing about it? I'm back to playing basketball. So
Are you really?
Yeah, I play like once or twice a week.
See that's
40 and plus at the Y.
I love that, man. Well, that's okay though because you got to keep on playing to make sure you don't get injured.
For sure.
Yeah, because you stop playing. You know, I played pickleball for the first time yesterday. That's all right.
I'm not quite there yet.
I haven't gotten into it.
Yeah.
It's not hoop, guys.
I still play basketball 4 days a week.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Now, where do you play?
Was at Lifetime. Now I'm at Monon.
Because now they got pickleball courts up there.
Yeah, they kicked us out. They got rid of basketball courts really for pickleball courts.
So they doing that a lot.
Yeah, everywhere.
They doing
it's
that
a big
lot.
deal. Everywhere, man. It is.
So I'm going to be a pickleball athlete.
I'm still a hooper, no doubt about that. Windshielder Spreadability. Make sure you find it your favorite grocer's refrigerator. Original sharp cheddar, bacon and cheddar, and jalapeno pepper. The Windshielder Spreadability. Right now, make sure you tell me, too, where you find it your favorite grocer's refrigerator. Brent.
Hey, next week, John, we have our Week 5 edition of the Larceny Bourbon
Where's this going to be located?
Noodle Tequila Shots will be at Parks Place Pub.
Oh, Fishers, Indiana.
Parks Place Pub.
Go see the mats.
Go see the mats. Go see the mats up there. there.
Man's are good guys, man. We like the man.
Sleater's in the house.
Schleter and
next
Whitlow
week.
are great guys, and they've got a great thing going on up there. We're gonna have a good time. Schleter's got some good insight too, so hopefully he's gonna join us.
He
and do some picks
thinks he
with us,
does.
too.
I know that for
hey,
You don't know nothing about nothing.
You know, he said, hey, you remember what I said last week when we were picking that Packer-Browns game? And
Yeah.
Schleter, who's also a Packer fan,
sure,
he sent me a note that said, hey, here's the deal that, the favorites of this size or whatever, 0-22 against the spread. He was spot on.
Yeah.
And granted, that didn't look like it should have been that way, but the way the game turned out is how it turned out. So,
hey, Amp, one more time. You guys tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow, Twan will be receiving the Coaches Luncheon Award for the Circle City Classic. And then don't forget Saturday, we got the parade downtown starting at 10 o'clock. Bring your entire family. It's going to be an amazing time. And then 3 o'clock, it's the 41st annual Circle City Classic HBCU football game at Lucas Oil Stadium. Miles College against Morgan State. It's
That's
gonna be a
awesome.
fun time.
And come out on downtown, support the Slippery Noodle,
Yes.
local business,
Yeah.
Coach's Tavern.
Coach's Tavern
We're going to be
right there.
open, District Tab, all
Yes.
those guys. We'll all be here for you. So
We're going to have an Amp Harris after party at all those places.
Well, tell me all about that, too. You got to have the Howard after party right there.
Yeah. And throw the best parties.
Hey,
That's what I hear.
Hey, back in those days, I kept all the guys. I told Mr. Irsay he should have gave me an honorary ring instead of Edwin because I was the one that kept him out of trouble. Like all the safe parties were with me. Like so that was part of my commitment to the team.
Good
Make
time.
sure you get them back home safely.
Man, you were on top of it.
I tried to.
Always.
I wouldn't let them drive if I thought they had a drink one too many.
Nope.
I was a designated driver. Or
Always
made
looking
sure,
out,
like
man.
who's driving.
That's it.
So that's what's so different now with these younger kids. It's like, who is your mentor? Who is the person that's overseeing a lot of these? And that's what they're missing a lot of in those locker rooms.
Got to have somebody lead you in the right direction, man.
Antoine, that's the key master right there.
That's it.
The key master.
I told you, he's the guy.
Hey, it's good to see you, pal.
Always, man.
Thanks for coming
Amp,
back
that's
for this,
great
too.
you're doing that.
Yeah.
Like, it's awesome to get a hold of these kids.
Yeah.
You know, get and lead them and say, hey, this is the way to do this. And I think that's great you're doing that.
The father of Gary Harris gives us all a shout out.
That's my man, Gary Harris. Brother T, what up, Gary?
There we go. Hey, guys, good to see you.
Thank you, Jay.
Thanks,
That's
guys.
Take
Amp
care.
Harris right there. Antoine Bethe, the former Colts safety as well. Tommy S. of Coach's Tavern. Brent Holvers is
Thanks
going
for
to
having me.
Bethpage Black tomorrow.
That's right, my friend. And JMV, thanks for leading the show.
Woo, I'm
Appreciate it, bro.
tomorrow
Brother
at
John.
the Behringer's Tavern, South Meridian, not too far from here. Dev is the on-site engineer. James back in the studio. It's great to see you all. Week 4, Larceny Bourbon Locks. Luna Azul Tequila Shots. I got Raiders Colts tickets tomorrow. Bud Light Blue Friday. Behringer's on South Meridian. I will see you there. 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Jay.